Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to the show. I am your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk, and today we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Terry, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. It is Friday morning for me, and another day of the Twitch drops that they are doing, where you will get some free goodies if you are watching streams on Twitch. That is continuing until end of day on Sunday, which is why we're binging so much Guild Wars 2 right now. Let's see. Apparently you or Cello Frag had a zucchini addiction a couple years ago. You know how everybody... Okay, if you've been here lately, you know how everybody sends me lots of butter for some reason? There was a period of time where everybody was sending me zucchinis, which are cheaper than butter. So way more people were getting involved in this, right? Like, every day I was getting, like, thousands of zucchinis in the mail. And... there was one day where like a bunch of people coordinated this, and they bought, and I'm not joking, it was between 20 and 40,000 zucchinis, and they all mailed them to me at the same time. Like every single time, like my mailbox was full, and every time I opened a mail and retrieved it, like new one full of zucchinis would pop in for hours, and it almost filled like my inventory with zucchinis. And it took me days to unload all of them onto the like trading post and stuff like that. So there was like a video we did where we referenced it, where he mentioned like my zucchini addiction, and I was like, I'm not addicted. I said I don't want zucchinis. People keep sending me zucchinis. And then later on it became potatoes, and now it's butter. But yeah, that was what happened. Let's see, kind of cool to get off work and see another streamer about to start. Yeah, we're doing a lot of them right now. We are doing a lot of them right now. Let's see, I think the meta is, yeah, no, wait, hold on. No, Titanic Voyage starts in like an hour, okay. Myths and Monsters starts in like 15 minutes. So could get in on that after doing a few other things. Zucchinis are addicted to you. I don't know about that. Good morning, man. What's the best way to get Black Lion statuettes? I mean, there's really only one way. Black Lion statuettes, you get them as a side product when you are opening Black Lion chests. Black Lion chests, to open them, you need Black Lion keys.
Love to be back, Mr. Mukluk.
Hey, Manther, thank you. You get Black Lion keys extremely rarely by just playing the game normally. But, I mean, if you just want Black Lion keys, you typically buy them off the gem store using either real-world money or gold. That's basically it. The statuettes are just a side product of that. Thank you. Sure. Let's see. Speaking of, what do I have in here that's giving me a notification? Oh, I've got 10 gold in the delivery box. That's what it is. Okay. Here's that. And what was the other thing? The mail. Alright, so get the daily gathering box. Give this away, and the giveaway is a full prize. This is enough to get someone 150 AR and get started T4s. That's right. So take that. So 15 plus 10s. Okay. I'm actually curious. What is the full value of this? Wow. 178. That is quite a bit. Alright, put that in there. Alright, done and done. Let's see. Cheapest Victor Plus line here. What is this? Titan Orbit. Okay, come back to that. Okay. Alright, should be good. Rebellious comment. Hello, I see you. Cal says, got key like almost once a week just doing open world meta. I have gotten a Black Lion key while just playing the game like 2 or 3 times in 9,000 hours. It's very rare. However, there is a weekly quest you could do. It's like if you level a character to 10 and do their level 10 story, you will get a guaranteed Black Lion key once a week. And it resets each weekly reset. So you can rush a character to 10, do its personal story, and then delete it every week to get a free Black Lion key. I find that to be a bit tedious, but it is an option. It is something that you can do. Let's see. Where is Myths and Monsters? That is over here. Birthday presents, I think, can give them, but that's 1 year per character. Yeah. And I think it's some birthday presents. I don't think it's all birthday presents.
Gear check.
You waste my time.
Let's see. Missing monsters is like 5 to 10 minutes. Probably find some other stuff to beat on in the meantime. I got a key for map comp on a new map. Okay, yeah, okay, so whenever you finish the map completion of a map, there's like a 25% chance that you'll get a black line key from that. That is true. I was not talking about those. Basically, what I was saying is from literally any creature in the world, it can drop a black line key. But the odds of that happening are like winning the lottery. Like, literally anything in the game world can drop one. But it's insanely rare. In your opinion, what's the most useless crafting profession to have?
They burn, I smother. An endless cycle.
They all have a use. You know, like, for example, scribing. If you're a World v World player, is incredibly useful. It makes like blueprints for catapults and stuff like that. But if you're not a World v World player, it's certainly less useful. It just makes like decorations for the guild hall. And then pretty much any profession is used for its like legendaries associated with it. It's like Frostfang the legendary axe, you need some items made by a weaponsmith. So the crafting skills do matter all the way up to like legendary crafting for sure. But like, I guess if you were a necro and you had like leatherworking, that would be kind of pointless for a necro. So I mean, I guess there would be some crafting professions that could be seemingly pointless depending on the class they're on. Just looked it up. You get statuettes for birthdays 6+, not 1 through 5. Gotcha. Yeah, I've had so many in-game birthdays. I don't remember. I think I've had one key drop one time in World v World. Yeah, it's not common. But yeah, to the person who mentioned map comp, yeah, it is possible to get it from zones while doing map comp, but I was thinking like just drop table when I said that. It's pretty cool seeing the execution for Klob Jarny happen when I just have it on my underwater weapon set right now. Jeweler is useless. Jeweler is useless? Is Jeweler not involved in their associated legendaries? I can't recall. MC, I gotten key drop a few times. World map comp has been good to me. Yeah, I think it's... I could be wrong. I think it's 25% chance per map that you do map comp on that you get a blackline key. But if it's an expansion map, like Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, etc., I think the chances are slightly higher, like maybe 33. But I'd have to check the wiki on that. There's Gift of Ice, Gift of Music, etc., that's it. Gotcha. So, still used, but maybe less so. What are we doing right now? There's a meta of Myths and Monsters that is going to be starting in about 8 minutes. I'd like to do it. I am just kind of waiting on that to get started. Should probably see if there's any groups for it. Let me see. Levy Farm. I guess I'll make one. I have to do it myself. Let's see. Myths and Monsters meta at XX 30. Oh, hold on. I gotta make a squad. Alright, cool. I am in the group finder if anybody would like to join me to fight Titans for some components. I'm on EU right now. I should be on EU. I'm like 90% and falling sure that I'm on EU. And every time you ask me, my confidence goes down. Someone be like, are you sure you're on EU? And I'm like, I was. Are you on NA? I effectively just answered that. Mug just wondering if there's any alt parking locations you'd recommend for new Leggie backpack mats. I do not know of any alt park locations in Bavanisos or Mistburn Barrens. If anyone else has any ideas on that, I'd love to hear it too, but I don't know of any. Maybe the new jumping puzzle chest in Bava. So, a couple of thoughts on that. One, is that area protected from the zone-wide death explosion that happens after the meta? Two, I don't remember what I got from that chest. I could go back to the VOD from the first day of the new patch where I did that jump puzzle and see if I can find what I got from that box. I'm not sure if it would be worth it or not. Lesser code and cache. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He attacks me and then goes invulnerable? What a punk. Hardest jumping puzzle ever in Guild Wars 2? I mean, Chalice of Tears is up there. Chalice of Tears, anytime you miss a jump, you fall into a volcano. That one's pretty rough. Mug, just wondering if there's any... oh, I already read that one. I think you get Mursat runestones from the new JP chest. So the same as the Beehive in Lowland Shore? Slime encrusted Mursat, strongbox, just that stuff. Drive has a link. Hang on. Let's see. Reward for completing traversing the Titan jumping puzzle in Bavanisos. Magnificent chest. Where's the Titan guaranteed? Okay. So it gives you that. And this has a 1 Mursat runestone, 3 to 4 Imperial fragments, and some un-ID green and yellow gear, and an Ursan ornamented weapon. Okay. So it does... I mean, a guaranteed Mursat runestone is certainly not bad. They're not crazy expensive, though. I spent 2 hours on Chalice of Tears, almost made me legit cry. I've done Chalice of Tears a few times. Hang on, my earbuds are tangled up. I've done Chalice of Tears a few times. Twice, I did it myself, and I had the prototype position rewinder. So whenever I missed a jump, I could just rewind my character. And then one time I did it where I was just following a mesmer that was portaling through it. So with the prototype position rewinder and a guide, and me following what the guide was saying and also rewinding anytime I missed a jump, it took me like 20 to 30 minutes. But that was it was still like, yeah, if it wasn't for the position rewinder, it would have been a nightmare. Can't find the group in LFG. I'm here. It's under Janthier Century, Myths and Monsters Meta XX30. And I'm on EU right now. We am here. And you're all invited if you wish to join. Let's see. Use it for the story. I think it could be wrong. Let's see. Can you clear something up for me? The wiki is to say clearly, is Interneos locked behind the story, or can I get there by other means? If you're trying to get there on your own, I think it's just story. But I think if you own Soto, you could just teleport to a friend that's already there. I had been 3 seconds away from reaching the end of Chalice of Tears when the game reset due to a patch update. Oh my god.
The strangers will emerge from their dens.
Oh damn, we got another 10 minutes? Oh, the wiki said it started at XX30, but I guess it starts 10 minutes from now. I had more time than I thought. Let's see, edit group decision. Myths and Monsters, meta. Starting now. Just tweak it a little bit. Hey, Mr. Muck. Hey, Calf. There were many tears that day. Yeah, I would imagine. Well, while we're waiting on that, some of you may recall that after the previous patch for Janthier Wilds, I did a thing where me and Lorenity got on comms and we just kind of talked about the patch for like an hour or so. And just like, what did we like? What did we hate? You know, just things like that, right? I asked Laura if she would want to do that again tonight during my evening stream, and she said yes. So we're going to do that again. And I was curious about something, and I was wondering what y'all would think about this, is... do you think it would be better to have just me and her talking, and just us doing back and forth? Or do you think I should invite some other content creators as well? Like, to a maximum of, like, 4. So, like, me, Laura, plus 1 to 2 more people, and then just have, like, each individual would have less time talking, but we would have more viewpoints. I'm curious what you guys think about that. So, like, if I invited, and this is just off the cuff, like, I haven't talked to any of these people. If I invited, like, Fandral, or Noxxi, or Iron Maiden, or Aurora, you know, just some more individuals. Muck time instead of tea time? Well, he drinks tea and he calls it tea time. I drink Coke, but if I call it Coke time, someone's gonna call it the police. So probably not call it Coke time. Invite a content creator who knows nothing about Guild Wars 2 for comedic relief. So Rose then. So wait, it's Friday and we're on Guild Wars. What is this? Yeah, Stinger. It's brand new content. Ask her. I did ask her, and she said, up to you. So I'm asking you guys what you think. More viewpoints could be interesting, but if I'll say the new map is beautiful, yeah. Bring cello and it'll be a band. 3 to 4 seems like the sweet spot. Laura likes Bram, her opinion doesn't matter. Bring in Rose, but he has to dress as a salad again. Oh my god. Now I haven't asked, but I'm pretty sure like if I invited Fandral, he would like jump at the chance. Noxxi maybe, cause it's past Noxxi's bedtime, so I don't know. Ian's usually up around that time. Not sure if she'd want to do that. Aurora, I have no idea, but like those are just some of the ones that have come to mind. Fangel and Rose. No, not Rose. Not. I would not subject Laura to Rose. Noxxi knows Heroes 1 stuff, so that could help. Yeah. Cap says, Mug, so I leveled up at Asura Guardian. I want to be a support for my guildmates. I've heard collecting conflicting info between Firebrand and Willbender. Any thoughts or advice? IMO Firebrand's the better support. Willbender can play support also. Willbender as a support can provide alacrity to its team. Firebrand can provide quickness to its team, but Firebrand also has a higher access to stability and resistance and projectile block and projectile reflect because of Firebrand mechanics. So they just have a larger toolbox. Who was the guy that, to Matt's store, changed Rift Essences to currency? Something Adam. He's in Moon Camp. And also in the Wizard's Tower.
The storm will reach us soon. And battle we must.
Alright. Starting in 5 minutes, please make your way to Greer or Decima. Alright, Muck, thank you kindly for the advice. It's been so helpful. You're very welcome. Alright. Let me ask, Noxxi knows way more about Guild Wars 1 lore than I do. Let me see what Nox thinks. Hang on. Going to be chatting with Loranity, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 hour into my evening stream, about the new patch. Would you like to join? I know it's kind of late for you, but you are very knowledgeable about Guild Wars 1. Would love your input if you fancy sharing your thoughts. Okay, I've extended an invitation to Nox. We'll see what Nox says. Where is thy Tato? I'm busy! Oh my god, here! Here! I am potato! There you go. Oh my gosh. Trying to make content. Missed your group Monday stream with Rose. I caught part of his YouTube live. He said he felt bad for how he acted at stream. Don't know what I missed. I mean, I'll TLDR. I still love Rose, okay? He's still wonderful. Basically, though, I said, hey, we're doing this event together. I really enjoyed our last collab. Would you like to join? He said, sure. And I said, okay, here's the requirements. You would have to be ready at this time. Have your Discord set up for this and this. And this is PG. So, like, you know, you would need to behave on comms because of the other streamers. And he agreed to it. And then he broke that rule 3 times in the first 30 minutes because he was just trying to get a rise out of us. And I think he thought he was just, like, being funny. It was actually, like, really irritating. And I think he kind of realized, like, how it was coming across to everybody else afterward. And he apologized to me. And I was like, apology accepted. But please understand, I feel like I cannot trust you near my microphone again anytime soon. Because, like, if it had been, like, a sponsored thing, he would not have been paid. Because, like, he basically, like, agreed to a contract and then broke it 3 times in 30 minutes. So it was just like, he thought he was being funny, and then afterward he's like, oh shoot, I was acting like an ass. So, I mean, that's basically what happened. But I just, to be clear, still like him. And I still like watch his content and stuff like that. I just feel like I can't trust him near my mic anytime soon. Mandar says, OMG, can you tell I'm texting on my phone? Honestly, you're typing pretty normal. I think it's fine. Any Chip sightings? So Chip this morning apparently woke up and went to my son's playroom and then like made a ruckus at the door until my wife opened that door. And then he went in there where the sunbeam was like really juicy in there at that time. Like Chip knows each room like when it's sunbeam o'clock, right? So he goes in there and he laid in the sunbeam. So when I woke up, he was in there just like flopped on his side, just baking. He's getting all charged up.
The storm roars on the horizon. Collect yourselves.
Are you on EU at the moment? Yes. I am on EU at the moment. Rose is in timeout for a while. I mean, if you want to call it that. Should I do heal untamed for this one? Could. Could. Yeah. Here we go. I don't need that. The most reliable tell for when I'm watching on a tablet or phone is if random words are autocorrected into completely different words, but you can still tell what's meant by context. Yeah. I like watching you play Yours 2 content and some other things that have the second talks out on others' moments of loss, but I hope that he is alright. Yeah.
Our one and only goal is to protect the camps. Every claw and spear, raise them to the air. Go, fight, win. The strangers have reached the first bloodstone. Like cub to maw, they'll suck it dry if we don't halt their advance.
That's such a weird line. Like cub to maw, they'll suck it dry. Alright.
Small things.
Gru's dropping faster. Impressive. Usually that one takes longer just because he's more of a pain. Good morning, Potato Muck. Hi, Cyber, what's up?
Weak they are. Mount your journeykin and topple them. Reveal the core.
And we dance in the rain. Get my green arrow. Allies 8 on that downstate. Ooh, that stung. See, Greer's health is a little bit ahead. Oh, we're just going to use Spirit of Nature here. Get this pile. Alright, there we go. The big res. Search and rescue on that guy. Turtle's getting him. Guys at the bar later like, dude, I swear, I was fighting for my life and I got saved by a turtle. Ninja Turtles aren't real, man. Oh no! Jadebot. I was watching the health bars over on the right-hand side. I got zapped.
ya! Mount your journeykin and topple them. Reveal the core.
I'm gonna dismount and help with the revives. You know, it's another fun one. If I do a water wall there, all of the war claws running through it are getting regen. Good evening. Hey, X4, what's up? Greer, wait, men, please. We're gonna Spirit of Nature here. There we go. AoE res, they're all up. Desi, 4%.
Let me fade.
GG all. Well done. That's so troll! Did you see that? I was saying GG all. Dude, she's like, no, I'm dead, blah. And then she just did one more sucker punch. Nailed me right in the face. What a punk. The Desi sucker punch. Let's see. Heal Untamed, that's an interesting build. I've been really enjoying Untamed lately. Yeah, the biggest weakness with Heal Untamed is that it doesn't have access to stability. However, if you're in a situation where that's okay, it's quite good. It actually does damage, which most healers don't really. And it has ample access to boons and utility outside of that. I've really enjoyed playing it lately, but it doesn't work anywhere where you require stab. Alright, leaving that group. Like, it can do some damage, it can pump the healing numbers quite well. It's got a lot of weird advantages, like it can do, you know, boon rip, it's got tons of projectile block, it's got tons of boons, it can do quickness. It has a Aegis is possible from a couple sources, but no stability. Would you recommend Harriers on support healing Firebrand? I think Harriers is one of the standards for that build, yes. There are other alternatives you can do. Like if you want to do Minstrels or Givers, you'd be super, super tanky and healy, but do even less damage. But if you have trouble staying alive, you know, that might be good for you. It depends on how you feel about it. Is it worth it to pay for the Ultimate Edition if I want the gems? Okay, so Deluxe Edition has like a whole bunch of goodies, right? Ultimate Edition has the same goodies. It costs $25 more, but it has $50 worth of gems. So the short answer is, if you want gems, it is a good freaking deal. It's $50 worth of gems for $25 additional fee. But if you don't need the gems, like you don't really care, then obviously it's not worth it. So it just really depends, do you want those gems? Germs? No, not ladies and germs. Gems. Also, I would not be a good content creator if I did not plug my referral link. If you are about to buy Ultimate Edition for the standalone client, I do have a referral link if you want to support this channel, but you don't have to. What gear do you recommend for Soul Beast? I keep dying so many times. So Soul Beast can be played as a power build, which is typically Berserker's gear, or as a Condi build, which is typically Viper's gear. If you're playing Berserker's gear and you're dying a lot, you could swap out a couple of pieces to like Marauders or something that is, you know, like a little less damage, a little more self-health to try to stay alive. But yeah, most people that play a power build for Soul Beast, they'll just play Berserkers, which is just max damage. And then their survival is basically don't stand on the bad stuff. Or dodge when I need to dodge, you know? But it's glass cannon. But if that's not working out for you, you know, you do 0 damage if you're dead. So if that's not working out for you, you know, change a couple pieces of gear to be a little more tanky until you feel about right. Mahuya says Harriers are the most fine with heal brand and is typically recommended for the healer who's not tanking. Yes. Yeah, if you're using a tanky set of gear, there's a couple of fights in the game, not many, but literally just a few, where whoever's the tankiest member of the party is the tank for the boss. Like, the boss is chasing them. So, if you plan on doing certain raid encounters and you're not going to be the tank, then you would not want to use that gear. But that is super niche endgame stuff. Lord of Thunder says, I do like no damage to Soul Beast. Sounds like you need to practice in the training room.
We weathered the storm. For now, rest up, Coach. You earned it.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Noxxi responded. I thought they were asleep. How long would it be? I don't mind. I think I can do an hour or two.
Your drive is commendable, young one. Sometimes resolve and pride aren't enough.
Okay. Soul Beast is interesting because the key to doing good damage is based on how quickly you can hit all your damage buttons to fit into a short window and then do it all again when your cooldowns are up. Yeah, it's a play style that I'm not fond of, but for some people, it's just really, really good. Soul Beast is like, let's say you've got like 1 minute of time, okay? A majority of the damage you deal in that 1 minute is going to be in like 15 seconds about here. So if you screw up those 15 seconds, your damage for that minute looks terrible. Because it's like, your damage is like, you know, billions of damage, and then it tapers off, and then billions of damage, and then it tapers off. So if you screw up that spike, then your damage just looks really bad. It's, you know, it's like, what? Like one wolf pack, merge, sick 'em, have boons, be in a field, use Axe 5, and then hit for like 300,000 damage. It's, and then, oh, and if you can also line all that up to be when the, boss's break bar has been broken, that's huge too. Druid is healing Soul Beast's damage. What is Untamed? Yeah, here, hang on a second. So, Druid, it can be heals, with a lack, or damage. Soul Beast is damage. Untamed can be damage or damage while providing quickness, or heals while providing quick. However, this healer does not have access to stability, which is a weakness, but if you're in a situation where that's okay, like on that world boss we just did, it is very good. But you have to be aware of the fact that it can't provide stability to its group. But it can do quickness, it can do lots of healing, it can do all the other essential boons, and it also does way more damage than other healers do. So heal Untamed is a rather niche thing, but you gotta make sure that if you need stability, someone else is covering it. That Warclaw skin looks awesome. Oh, the plushie? Yeah, I like the plushie ones. I want to thank Lady Muck for the inspiration of meatloaf this week. I made one of the best meatloafs I have ever had yesterday, and I look forward to my dibs at lunch. 10 a.m. my time, and I'm thinking about meatloaf already. I'm going to send her a picture of your comment. I think she'll enjoy that. Hang on. Alright. I wish Condia like Druid were a thing. All it takes is making 2 trait swap positions. Yeah, so one of the big things, there's a few reasons, but the biggest reason, so here's Druid, right? Here's the trait where you give Alacrity. Here's the trait where you do damage. Can't have them both. That's the main reason why Druid is one of the only classes where you can provide Alacrity, but you don't have a damage alac build. Let's see, back to here. Oh shoot, Madarsar, there you go. She popped in. Let's see. Depends on the rate. Was a tough thing. For example, exemptions. Yeah, there's. Hold on. What was it? There was 25 raid bosses before Wing 8, so I think there's what 28 bosses now, and I don't know, like less than 10 need like use a toughness tank. Maybe less than 5. It's a small amount. Let's see. Anything else here? When is the next /wiki ET? Titanic Voyage is in like 20 minutes. Okay. Probably want to do Titanic Voyage meta, and then work on the Leggie backpack after that. Mug, is there any way to see the DPS without Arc DPS? Blish modules, maybe. Blish isn't able to do it because Blish is an overlay. It doesn't, like, look at the numbers like that in the game. It connects to the API. You can just go to the target dummy in the Special Ops training room in Lion's Arch, and if you just wail on it, every 25%, it just tells you your DPS in-game without any mods at all. So basically, you find the, you know, rather than doing like a 60-second test, you just beat on the thing for until it's dead or until it's to 75%, and it'll tell you how much you did.
That balm is made from special shrubs and berries back home. It's a secret lowland remedy. Cured several scraped knees when I was a cub.
Okay, cool, thanks. Sure.
Not only does the balm reduce irritation, but it's also surprisingly tasty. Don't ask me how I know.
Alright, chat. So it looks like for the discussion tonight about the new content, I've got me and Laura and Noxxi lined up. In y'all's opinion, should I stop there, 3 people, or get a 4th? I'm pretty sure Fandral would jump at the chance. I'm just not sure if 4 people would be too much. What do y'all think?
That balm is made from special shrubs and berries back home. It's a secret lowland remedy. Cured several scraped knees when I was a cub, that it did. Applying it to some key spots should do the job.
Couple people saying 4, a lot of people saying 3. 3 with you? That's with me. Currently, it's me, Loranity, Noxxi. And so that's 3 people on the call. 2 is a couple, 3 is a crowd, 4 tastes just right. Tastes just banned. It'd be cool to have Surma in there. Surma? Is this like Ligma? Like were you like Surma balls or something? Like I don't know. I don't know Surma.
is made from special shrubs and berries back home.
Do you know the opinions of your guests? Laura likes Bram, so she's usually wrong. I'm just kidding. Well, not about her liking Bram. I'm not kidding about that. Kidding about the last part. As far as do I know their opinions? I saw Noxxi making memes on Twitter about, like, where's the Eye of Janthier? So I would absolutely love to ask Nox about that. As far as, like, their opinions on the patch, stuff like that? No, I don't. I didn't ask that. Laura will just be like, I like it to everything, so she doesn't count. Oh, wow. I would say get some people who like it and some that don't like it. It should be a good time. The thing, I didn't ask that first. Maybe I should have. I didn't go like, hey, did you like the patch? Yes. Oh, in that case, would you like to talk about it? You know, I didn't do that.
That did it. Now I can get through. We've come here to kill this monster, but ended up giving it medicine. Funny to think about. Anyway, thank you for your help.
Yes, I like the patch. Oh, never mind then. Carry on. Yeah, exactly. The ultimate crossover muck and teapot. I have been on a couple of podcasts. I've never been invited to Tea Time. But there's been a few podcasts that me and him were both guests on that, like Guild MM did, that were pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, it was cool when it happened. I think Anda and Fandral would be good too. I don't think you've had them on before. It's a fresh different voice of discussion. We could try it. What are the chances to get wooden potatoes on board? It's rather short notice. And I don't have a line of contact for WP. Actually, if I really did, I think I Discord messaged him once like 5 years ago. So if I dig through my Discord logs, I could probably find his Discord DM. But I don't know that I could just like grab him and get him for, you know, 12 hours from now. Dude, honestly, I feel like if WP and Laura were on the call, I would be the unqualified one that shouldn't be there. I feel like they both know so much more about the lore than I do. I'd just be there delegating. To sound like a teacher, I'd vote that you do 3 people tonight, as you don't typically interact like this and you could use the practice. That's true. That's not a bad point. Like, I could always just, in the future, go to 4 people. Might go from construction worker to construction manager. Yeah. That's actually really sound logic. That makes me lean more toward the 4 people for this one. Or sorry, 3 people for this one, maybe 4 for the next one. Oh my gosh. Okay, invuln. Ouch. That stung. They would probably need someone to keep them from going too deep down the lore hole. Too deep down the lore hole. Okay. We can go cameras too, because I could easily set up. Here, hold on a second. Let me do something here. Hop into a voice channel. Okay, and where's Fuche? All right, so you see this thing near the bottom right? I could easily set up like little icons like this for each person that light up when they talk. But in order to like get like a camera on, well, one, I don't think Noxxi would use a camera. Noxxi would just want the like their friggin' avatar. But like to have like Laura's camera would involve like additional setup as well. A little bit of a learning experience. Not beating the VTuber allegations. Does Noxxi have VTuber allegations? Let's see. We got about 10 minutes on the meta here. Panda Express out of Muck stream, most meta thing ever. Ha! Let's see. Mahuyu says Veil Guardian, Gorseval, Keep Construct, Zera, Deimos. Not sure about Doom. Twin Largos. I think Kadim 1. Earth Gen. Kadim 2, I think, but that might be SA. And then there's Dark Soul, which is weird. It goes after highest pre. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 for number of fights that require a tank. Just use Screaming Dennis. It's possible. Alright. Honestly, I like the logic of like, yeah, there will be troubleshooting and stuff tonight, so maybe just do 3 this time. I like that logic.
Quickly, I can't interrupt it. Not while they're this close.
Okay. Will be me, you, Noxxi. I think you and Nox both know way more about GW1 lore than I do.
We did the right thing. When I began
I considered,
the mentor warned me. You will see more of what is.
I'll just do 3 people total this time since I haven't orchestrated this before, and I'm sure there will be some setup involved before trying for maybe in the future. Okay, there we go. I didn't even know there was a tank roll or there even taunts in the game. So, Lord of, basically what it is the few bosses that use a tank roll, what they do is they essentially look at who has the highest toughness stat, and they lock onto that person until they're dead. And so the tank, that person, there's no aggro, there's no taunting, they're the target and they control where the boss is going. Crimson says, why didn't you do a get-to-the-point guide for lore in each expansion or Living World season yet? Just never something I had an idea for. I never did that. Is it just toughness for all? No, they're, like, for example, the first boss in Raid Wing 5 is, this demon lady, the Soulless Horror. Soulless Horror. Gotta say that carefully. And there's like a button on the ground. And when you hit the button, you get a glowy rune above your head. And the person with the rune is the tank. And it doesn't matter your toughness. So if you want to be the tank, you just pick up the glowy rune. There are certain fights like that where there's like a gimmick. And whoever does the gimmick becomes the tank. And then there's other fights where it's the one with the most toughness becomes the tank. Now in... Muck, that's toughness tanking, not required tank. Decimate needs 2 tanks, but that's the Soulless Horror and SA short for special action. Right. Yeah, I was answering someone else's question about that. Sounds like my ex-girlfriend. Oh, you said horror? Yeah. Shut up. Okay, let me set this up here. Create squad. Janthier. Vavanisos. The cooler meta. XX20. There we go. If any of you are on EU and you'd like to join the cooler meta, you have a chance to do so. You have an opportunity. We've got about 6 minutes till it starts. Just lounge in my chair. Muck's meta ice cold. Whenever I should get back into the game, I left before End of Dragons. Well, I mean, if you like Guild Wars 2, there's a lot more Guild Wars 2 stuff to do. They added a lot of build diversity options since you left, too, with the, like, since you left, like, End of Dragons had elite specs. There was 2 new things that gave everybody more weapons in Secrets of the Obscure, and then Janther added spears, so there's a lot of new builds to play since you left. What's XX20? So, okay, let's say I say the meta starts at 11:20. Well, that's in my time zone. For everybody else, it's 12:20, 1:20, 2:20, 3:20, 4, whatever. But it's something 20. So saying XX20 just means it starts 20 minutes after the hour, because time zones. 4:20 blaze it. There you go. Now the potheads are excited. Oh my god. Yeah, XX20 just means 20 minutes after the hour. Before we left, class balance didn't exist. There was one acceptable build per role. Now you can basically do every role with every class. For me, XX20 is XX50, though. What? What time zone is 30 minutes ahead of other time zones? Coffee Dart, are you saying in 5 minutes? Are you saying right now it's 45 minutes after the hour for you? This guy's like on the moon or something. Yes? What? Wait, what time zone? What time zone are you in that it's something 45? IST? Hold on. What time is it in IST time zone? What? He's not lying. What is that? India's standard time is 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of you. What? What is this abomination? Hold on, time zone map. Okay. Dude, I am a full-grown adult. I had no idea there was a half-hour time zone. See, here's the thing. Like, look, it's like, if this is 1 o'clock, that's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then India, it's like 8:30. What? That's so strange to me. Okay, alright, you know what? You win. I got fact-checked, and I lost. I did not know there were any time zones in the world that were just a half hour off. I have never heard this before. Today I learned. Coffee says every time meta happens, I have to do muck and math. I bet you're great at math. There were multiple time zones that dropped the DST BS and just went down the middle forever. Yeah, well, so wait, you're saying instead of saying like it's 8 o'clock in the summer and it's 9 o'clock in the winter, they just say it's 8:30 year round? Is that's what you're saying? I mean, honestly, I'd love to get rid of the DST, but I've never really considered that for a solution before now. Minute 57. That's why I asked. I saw this many times on the map. I had no idea what it means. Yeah, now you know what it means. Hi there, I have a great stream. Is this Power Untamed? Can you share your build? Hey, what's up? You asked that in both chats. I'm sorry I missed that. I am currently playing Quick Untamed. But here, hang on a second. This right here is the Quick Untamed build, the Power Quick Untamed build I play. Hang on a sec. Hold on, is it Quick Untamed? There, that YouTube video is the build, this is it here. But during the meta we're about to play, I was going to play Heal Untamed, which is this. Wait until he looks up the time in Nepal. I've already been brain blasted once. I'm good. I'm good. Do you keep all the gear pieces for your different builds in your inventory? Don't need to. When you get to super late game, there's a thing called legendary gear. So like, I can have this exact same hat in every single one of my builds with different stats. Okay, so like I can right click this hat and change the stats on it to anything I want and have it in every build. That's a quality of life feature for legendary equipment. So I don't have to have the gear in my bag. It's just one set of gear with different stats for everything I need it for. Now, up until that super late game thing, the gear would just store in templates. Any gear that you have stored in equipment templates up here, like sets of gear that you've set up, does not take up space in your bag. It just takes up space in the template. That's it. Do you need to change sigils, etc. per build? You just have to set it up once. So like if I go to this build page and I set up sigils and all, I just have to do it once per page, and then that's it. Okay, do you want to talk to Olivia yet? Okay, there, she's going. Alright. Here we go killing again.
Vacate these premises.
Vacate these premises.
All right, we'll call it a draw.
Love that violin solo or whatever that is. There we go. Do we let not Gorzaval starve? Oh, so it's the achievement. Let him starve. What? Did you start working on the gift of the feast yet? I think it's the hardest part of the backpack. No, I wanted to do this meta, and then I was going to work on the quest line thing afterward. Let's see. Way station. Cannot spawn this gadget here. What do you mean?
And so the good counselor.
What do you mean?
Come along and sanction them. Isn't that right?
Okay, well, someone else try one. Grab EMP. If you are new, grab EMP. We have to CC this next boss. At 75, 50, and 25%, he will try to cast You Die Now. Alright. Cal says Iran, Afghanistan, India, Nepal, Myanmar, and a handful of islands of the Indian Ocean. The middle of Australia, for some reason, and a few more places have a half-hour off time. Greenland is super weird for time zones. The East Coast is 0, the rest is -2, except for 50 square miles, which are -4. Okay.
Abandon hope, fiend! It's just like Gorseval.
I wonder, any of you that have never done raids, does your character still say it's just like Gorseval for this bit? Don't think so. All right, CC time. Nice. Gonna AoE res those 4. Got him. What do you think of the new area so far? It's alright. Like, if I were in charge for some reason, I would change a couple small things. Like, one, this guy is the hardest part of the meta, and he's at the beginning of it. The ending of it usually ends with people going, wait, is it over? Is that it? And it's really weird. So I think they need to have something more challenging at the end of the meta, because people are constantly, like, not sure if it's done. The website looks hella sketchy for the meter. If you mean the ARC DPS meter, yeah, it's a very simple website that a member of the community made. But, Guild Wars 2 players have been using it for years at this point. It's been checked by a lot of nerds many times, and so far there's never been any problems. I'm gonna AoE res over there. Got a few people. Wow. Yeah, I hit 2 CC keys. I was hitting the 3 and it was over. That CC bar got wrecked. There's a lot of Reapers on the top of the meter. Goodness. I'm healing on this one, so I'm not up there, but that's a lot of green. Nice. Nice job. Now we split between north, mid, and south.
Suffer this place no longer. Oh, I don't know. My son will envy the tales I tell of this fight.
Look at dots on map. Try to split evenly. Okay. Slumbering Lightborn Dagger. Now, if there is any of you in the squad that haven't done this before, or you've done it once, there is a achievement for the mastery to have done every lane one time. So if you get the option, doing a lane you've never done before is good. But once you've done all three, then you can do whatever you want. South and north are prepared. I'll heal turtles. Go nuts. Yeah, I turned down the number of people I was rendering just to reduce lag and get more FPS, so now I'm just healing a pile of invisible turtles. Because why not? Keep the bars green, you don't have to see the people. Truth. Central organ is vulnerable.
Move with purpose and wise intent. Raven watches. Even as this interviews.
The order we do these things in doesn't matter. Just gotta get them done. Alright, we gotta kill the macrophage. Whoa! What? Jadebot? Dude, I got there and he was like, sit down. Like, instantly. Does anyone know if chat if hammer is used more than spear? Do you mean like in general, or do you mean for like a specific build? Like for Guardian, you know, or whatever? Just in general? I would guess that spear is used more. Because all 9 classes can use spear, but not all 9 classes can use hammer. Where's the next... Oh, it's over this way. It's, ping, ping, ping. There we go. Get those boons up. Out. There's always 3. Oh, there's always a few. Alright, so, middle's done. We can go help the other lanes. Can go help other lanes. Oh, so south is done. Is north done? Wait, is that the last one? Alright, now we're having that moment I talked about earlier. I don't know if we're actually done. Map meta complete. Okay, we are done. Okay. It's just like, what? What's happening? Well done all. GG. Okay. Mug is this evening Guild Wars 2 other game. We're doing purely Guild Wars 2 until the end of Sunday night. That's when the drops campaign ends. That felt anticlimactic. Yeah, it's so weird. You're just like, are we done? I don't know. Alright. Port out of here. No, I'm in combat. No Age of Wonders? No Age of Wonders tonight. Do gem purchases ever get a discount? On occasion, the gold to gems rate gets better. And also on occasion, purchasing gems on platforms like Amazon gets cheaper. But if you mean purchasing gems in-game with dollars, I don't think that ever goes on sale.
Tired of guard duty. We should be on the front lines, not
All 3 past metas ended on some boss fight where all 2 lines come together. Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me close this. See, Kinfall, did you know?
We're putting a stop to it.
Titan organs? Who would want those?
I don't know.
Give me a sec.
Some rich, bored noble in divinity's reach. Probably using it to spice up their dinner parties. Doesn't matter.
See, mount
Putting an
tier
end to
list.
it. Higher ups are taking a look, but for now, watch everyone.
Okay.
Like a hawk.
This freaking guy. Okay, I guess he's done. He was making me lose my train of thought. Alright. I wanted to make some notes of some stuff I wanted to bring up during the talk tonight with the other creators. Okay, so, the map meta. Alright? The map meta, weird that toughest part is at the beginning. At the end... At the end, if you're No, let me rephrase that. At the end of a meta, you are left thinking, is it over? Is there more? Question mark. Especially if your lane wasn't the last one to finish. Okay. Another thing I want to bring up. Eye of Janthier? Question mark. Do any of you have any input on that? I've seen so many people ask about that. Like, what happened to the Eye of Janthier? And I don't know. Like, did they forget about it? Was it somewhere and I just missed it because I'm blind? I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Eye of Janthier. I'm not sure what happened there. I was asking my friend about that. What was up with the eye? It went on vacation. It went on vacation. I saw one eye during my meta run, but it might have been someone's mini. That's it. The real Eye of Janthier was the minis we found along the way. What are some other critiques about it? Trying to think. All right, so there's the story. The way, hold on. The way we dealt with the White Mantle with their Horcruxes was very I'm gonna write that down. Thought we would do more in the Foundry based on the trailer we saw. Okay. Let's see. I thought the Mabon thing, I thought that they had a pretty good excuse for that, with the whole, like, him anchoring his life force to use it for that spell, and so it kept part of him anchored there. Like, I thought that was pretty good. I didn't have any problems with that. The Eye of Janthier is defeated by its greatest enemy, the loose eyelash of Janthier. Poke. Oh, Convergence Ura. Too easy IMO. They took away some of her abilities from Raid to Convergence, and the result is easier. It is the easiest Janthier Convergence, despite being the final, the quote-unquote final boss. Okay. Oh, Ellen, Keel, and Logan? Question mark? I'm gonna write that down. Let's see. The transition from we chillin' with Warclaw pups to we have to kill the Titans, they're so bad and dangerous, was non-existent. To me, it felt like suddenly second patch there started panic. Well, wasn't it like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it like we went to the Codons to warn them about the Cryptus? And they're like, oh, those things? Yeah, we already killed them. They're easy. And we're like, oh, okay. They're like, yeah, our problem's Titans. And we're like, what? And then we found out about it, and they told us, like, the thing that they've been fighting that's problematic was the Titans. And so then we kind of joined their fight against them. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hi, Annie. I'm doing all right. It felt like second patch suddenly was suddenly everyone was starting to panic. A little bit. Not sure I have anything else to write down here. When is the plushie being dispatched? It is in queue to be produced, or it's being produced right now, and they're trying to ship them all out on August 8th. That is last I heard on that. And I have submitted requests for more that I'd like to make, but constantly waiting for ArenaNet to respond. The only mechanic that wasn't there was the shards, and I guess the washer machine too. Yeah. Yeah, also, it seems like the geysers don't matter. Like, it feels like you can ignore them on Convergence and just cleave them if they get too close, and otherwise just ignore them. They're pretty simple. Oh, I know something I want to write down. Hang on a second. Okay, the map meta. Map events. Every single event, the NPC who you are helping just stands there. The bear giving you medicine to rub lotion on the Titan's skin is just like, it's delicious, don't ask me how I know. This did wonders for my scraped knees as a child while you are fighting for your life. Then there's the other two, there's people, Bear Canthan, that are flirting the whole time you are fighting getting dissolved in stomach acid. I just want them to look like they are helping with this war. All right, there you go. That's I'm writing that down. Let's see. Okay, so the next thing on my agenda, swap back over to this, is for the Leggie backpack. See if we can find it. Actually, the whole zone is going to kill me in 45 seconds. I should probably wait for that before we start recording this. Actually, let's just swap zones, see what happens. Jumping puzzle felt like it was a missed opportunity to make something big at the end. I thought the jumping puzzle was pretty cool. I don't know what you would have at the end of it. Yes, that happened. We know about the Titans, but it felt like the Titans were just some local problem. We got asked to help. They weren't a threat that dangerous overall. So we did, and then suddenly they act like, oh my god, we have to get into Valvanisa as soon as possible. That felt off. Gotcha. Got the portal thing, so what do we do for the backpack? There's a full list of the recipe for the backpack, both on the wiki and also in the Mystic crafting module. So you can use either of those to get a full list of everything you need. Leggie backpack, why are RNG pack network supply agents part of it? Wait, what? Which step requires pack network agents? I haven't noticed that one. The recipes? 2 of the food items. For gift of the feast. Which ones? There's so many for gift of the feast. I don't know which ones. The chicken and mushroom. What, like poultry satay? Wait, there's chicken there. There's poultry there. There's mushroom there. Spicy herbed chicken. I don't know if I have that recipe. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have that one. Let's see. Okay. Let's figure this out. Hang on a second. So, I think this guy... Help a scientist reach into the mist. Alright. So, I'm going to make a... So, marker... Future Noxxi. This is footage for the Legendary Backpack Guide that we'll make in the future. Unknown Nightmares, Experiments in the Shadow. Help a scientist reach out into the mist and hope that the mist don't reach back. Talk to Jorvik Joransson in Bavanisos to learn how you can help further their research. Okay. Commander, exactly who I wanted to see. Got an experiment to finish, but I need the assistance of someone exceptional. Someone strong, brave, powerful, well-dressed. You flatter. Please continue. With the Titan incursions over in Janthir, the barriers between Tyria and the Mist, tenuous at best, I feel have been weakening in some places. Continue. So, I need to leave. So I'm running an experiment to push the boundaries of science and obtain some more solid, meaningful data from the other side of the Mist. I've been there several times, you know. I could tell you about it. Did you write it down? It's not a verifiable primary source until you've written it down. I mean... Why is there not a button that just says write it down? What data are you after? We've seen and heard so much about the Mist, but I'm sure it's just a fraction of what's out there. I want to find something new. Anything. Won't that be dangerous? Probably. We don't know what's out there, but we've had enough monsters come through that are likely, we're likely to discover more of these. Isn't that exciting, though? Sounds like more of the same to me, honestly. Sure, I'm in. Excellent. The first thing we need is for you to charge a special battery of sorts. Here, take this. How can I do that? Some of my esteemed colleagues have written to me about their attempts to harness lightning in Janthier Sentry and Mistborn Barrens. Lightning strikes should be powerful enough to charge it. Count me in. Collect lightning to keep Asura turrets charged event in Mistborn Barrens, or collect jars to fill them with lightning and deposit them drop-off locations event in Janthier Sentry. Okay. Gotta see if any of those are going right now. IC says, hey, any tips for beginner? I'm new to MMOs. Hello. Let's see. Give me just a second here. So that right there, I just did a link to YouTube video, is an excellent guide for new players to Guild Wars 2. If you've got a few minutes to watch that, that would be my highest recommendation. Let's see, where does the lightning strike quest happen? I think it's south of here. It's north of you. Oh no!
Wayfinder, take a bottle.
Capture
and
lightning.
turn it
Oh, lucky! It's happening right now.
Just stand under the lightning strikes. Unsure I am how long this storm will last, though.
Once you get a charge, yes, good.
Yes, good. I don't like this event because the gun never fills. It says keep the turrets charged.
Good work, Wayfinder. I think it's working based on how excited our friend here is getting. Amazing!
It's about 2/3 done.
Tech at its finest right there.
It's almost done. I think one more will do it. There we go. Alright, event ends in 30 seconds. Okay. Alright.
How much technology
Return to
and
Jorvik
resources
Jorgensen and
we have.
Bavanisos and give him the battery.
Good work of Titans, those weapons
Okay.
sure do.
Alright, heading back.
Someone get me a report on the Murtaugh Tower situation.
Tired of guard duty.
A true warrior needs a weapon for every day
Alright.
of the week.
Here you go. I hope this was worth the smell of burned hair. What are a few hair follicles in the name of eternal glory? And finally, being officially published. Give me one moment to plug this in. Wait patiently. Oh, I certainly dislike the sound of that. Let me try a quick recalibration. I can wait. Nightmarish wails sound from the device. Jorvik looks startled. That doesn't sound great. This is incredible. Do you hear that? Have we perhaps breached another realm? No idea, but it didn't sound especially friendly. That wasn't just a random scream or noise. There were definitely patterns to it. That was something trying to communicate. There was inflection, intention. Might be a sign to stop the experiment. Of course we'll stop and proceed to the next step. We need a transceiver so we can send a signal back. That requires a sensor calibration to clear up that static. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. Of course I'm listening. You volunteered to go to God's Lost Swamp in Queensdale to calibrate my sensor for me. Take this with you. God's Lost Swamp, Queensdale? Find the suspicious portal to calibrate the sensor. God's Lost Swamp in Queensdale. Is that where the Shadow Behemoth spawns? Yes, it is. Okay, so it's somewhere there. Oh, that's another thing they added this patch. Super long load screens. Don't know what's going on with that. Okay. I don't know where my target is. So I'm looking around for like a quest marker or something like that. Someone said bottom right. Bottom right. Eastern side. Okay. Suspicious portal to the underworld. The portal hums ominously, but no energies emanate from it. Well, this seems to be about as good as it gets. The sensor beeps a few times before its light turns green. Probably as calibrated as it can be. That was easy. Talk to Jorvik Gunderson in Bavanisos to give him his sensor back. Oh, these steps are easier than I thought they would be. When you rated that streamer last night, did you see how the backpack looked on Char? It was pretty slick. I did. I did indeed. Made that same wrong turn earlier. Is that the collection for the new backpack? Yeah, it's part of it. Wait, what? Oh. I was trying to talk with him and I accidentally just started petting the cat. You startled me. Sorry, Commander, I was deep in thought. Did you finish calibrating the sensor? Yep, here it is. Excellent. Let me get this plugged in. Let me just there. Continue. Here we go. Contact with an unknown, unknowable, terrifying noise in the mist. Witness this for me, please, in case no one believes me later. Ahem. Hello. The radio is silent for a moment until it almost sounds like Tyrion's. Absolutely not. Who are you? Who am I? Who are you reaching through the veil? No, I know this essence. The Commander. My essence went through the radio? Yep. This is your problem now, bye. Yeah, that's me. A hero of legend. What a moment this has become. I am intrigued. I need to leave. Continue. Commander, be careful. Creatures from the mists are known for their trickery. It may be trying to butter you up and manipulate you. I'll be careful. I have no desire to harm you. Your world is a curiosity to me. I've seen many great realms fall, and yet little Tyria thrives. Perhaps I could see it for myself. I don't know about that. It is tempting, Commander. The data we could gather would be incredible. It could be worth the risk of letting this thing through. Whatever it is, maybe there's a safe method. Do you have a plan? Perhaps. I need you to collect a crystal from the Chaos Crystal Cavern for me, please. I'll stay here and extract what data I can from our guest. Alright, let me go get that for you. Alright, I don't know where that is. Complete the Chaos Crystal Cavern jumping puzzle in the Iron Marches to find an appropriate crystal. I don't immediately remember that one. Iron Marches. Alright, chat, where is this thing? Guild Wars 2, Chaos Crystal Cavern jumping puzzle. Wiki. Okay, so there's a waypoint on the left-hand side. It's like here. Okay. And then left a bit. Somewhere over here?
You're not. Huh. Didn't even send their best to chase me down.
Oh, this, okay, as soon as I saw this, alright. I remember this bit. Oh man, I don't know how long it's been since I've done this. What was that? Wait, where did my position rewinder go? Okay, there we go. That was weird. Alright, so occasionally there's like little lightning zaps that knock you down. Ah, okay. Dude, what is up with my camera in here? Why is my camera either all the way out or, like, in my back? What is going on with it? You changed sizes? No, I didn't. Chaotic cave, yeah. Toughest part about this cave is what it does to your camera, I guess. Okay, now I change sizes. Big muck. Why does it keep unequipping this? Dang it, ArenaNet. This cave is 20 years old. Bug fix this cave. And it unequipped it again. Now the camera is right in my shoulder blades. And it unequipped it again. And it unequipped it again. Would you stop? Alright, is that it? Complete the Chaos Crystal Cover Jumping Puzzle and Iron Marches to find an appropriate crystal. Talk to Jorvik, Gunderson, and Bavanisos to verify the crystal is appropriate for their purposes. Okay. This gate looks experimental. Step in. Alright. That is done. And back to Bava. Every time you get hit by lightning, it does some kind of transform on you, which unequips the rewinder. It's bullcrap. Hi, Mark. Hi, Evans. Seems like a good week to park a commander at the end and collect tips. Park a commander. Not a mesmer, a commander.
A true warrior needs a weapon for every day of the week. Like it.
No. The ruins are a matter of historical inquiry. Back to what I was asking. A deep conversation appears to be in progress. But surely someone still lives who remembers enough to restore them to glory. Continue. Architecture is hardly my area of expertise. Now, if you could tell me what you are... Ahem. Commander, finally, someone I can get a straight answer out of. Continue. Hello again, Commander. Voice in the radio. Glance at Jorvik's notebook. Its pages are covered in diligently prepared questions probing for information about the mysterious entity. Each and every one has been scratched through with less and less precision. Continue. The words food motivated sprawl across the other page in barely legible handwriting. Well, it's a start. Hello again, Commander. I got the crystal. What have you learned? Primarily, that whatever this thing may actually be, it is frustratingly stubborn and difficult to get data from. Continue. I'm simply hungry, and it's much harder to think when you're peckish. Commander, what does a warrior from your realm feast on? Perhaps the limb of a beast, or your enemy's heart? We got all sorts of food, but heart isn't usually on the menu. You see, it changes the subject at the slightest whim. Continue. A pity I can't sample your food, given the distance between us. Although, Commander, you did say you'd retrieve the crystal our friend asked for? Sure did. It's right here. Incredible. Will it work, son of Jorund? Continue. Well, let's put it to the test. Continue. Our distance thins. Perhaps you could attune the crystal for me. Anywhere a dragon has lingered should be powerful enough for me to reach through. And we're just okay with this. I can do that. Dragon? That makes me nervous. But didn't Aurene have a scrying pool up in the north? Maybe you could start there. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Alright, use the scrying pool in the Hall of Monuments to attune the crystal to become a vessel. I wonder if it can be either Hall of Monuments, but I'll just go to the normal one. Because there's the one that's wrecked and then the new one. Okay. Submerge the crystal into the scrying pool. Talk to Jorvik Joransson in Bavanisos to give him the attuned crystal. Okay. I gotta say, this all so far seems like a phenomenally bad idea. Or just like, okie dokie. Evil satanic voice from radio, I'll do what you say.
Every day of the week. Fish broth with fresh vegetables from the village.
I am caught in the pet the cat trap again. A monarch is not elected, but neither is an imperator. An imperator can claim the supremacy of their bloodline, yet they are not a monarch. Is that so? Continue. And your people, your white bear is no monarch and claims no authority to rule, yet his bloodline commands deference or respect. The nuance yet escapes me. Continue. Commander, tell me it's ready and done so I can stop casting knowledge into a bottomless pit. It asks many questions. Sounds like you've been having fun. Here's your crystal. Thank the spirits. Now, I need you to speak with the beast and find out how to sate its curiosity without needing my constant attention. That box. Go. Please. Alright, I'll handle this. Talk to a shadowy being through their crystal mirror in Baba Nisos to acquire their blessing. What? He just... Huh? He said that box. Is there a box I click on? Oh, over here. Nightmare content. Oh, look at that. Hey, Spoopy, what's up? That's neat. Hello, Commander, Warrior of Worlds. Hello. Were you giving Jorvik a hard time? Your friend has the mental stamina of a fledgling. He attempted to answer my questions, but I fear my curiosity exhausted him. He seemed stressed. He'll survive. Now, that crystal? We'll get to that, but I have a few questions. Of course. I'll answer whatever the commander asks. What would you like to know? How do you know who I am? Ha! Everyone knows who you are, Commander. We all watch. We all observe. Well, that's intimidating. And you fought so many things from my own realm. You're something of a legend. Ominous. Hence my excitement to meet you. I have other questions. Who are you? Ah, that's right. I haven't told you my name, although I fear it may overwhelm you. Continue. Our names grow longer with time, you see. One title for each victory attained over our peers. Continue. But if we're to be companions, it would be impolite not to recite my full litany of deeds. Hold on. Attend! For I am Angarad Kathasank, Vercingetorix, vanquisher of 10,000 nightmares, merciful conqueror of 8 realms, sealer of Ippos. Yo, Ippos! Ippos? Binding of Ippos? Legendary focus? The third and final... Look, in Tyria, it's polite to tell people what you'd like to be called. I see. You may call me Orax. Wait, you mentioned Ippos. We share a long history. Between you and I, the sealing was a personal favor. They mentioned lying in wait for a mortal equal in both power and hubris. I was pleased that they wanted to come to Tyria, but they went on about insinuation and corruption, a wasted opportunity. I would rather experience the splendors of your world. Now that I ponder it, I haven't seen them in a long while. We have Binding of Ippos. I have it on good authority that they're fine. Then perhaps we'll meet again. They do owe me a favor in turn. Ah, that's so cool. Okay, so I probably got that dialogue because I have Binding of Ippos. Real quick, for any new bloods to the game, Binding of Ippos is a legendary item. Let me see here. Let's see. Weapons. Search Ippos. And it is a book. Oh, why is it not showing the book? Okay, so there's like a book right there. And when you get into combat, the book floats in front of you. Something's wrong with the preview window. It floats in front of you, and your left arm changes. So it's like a demon arm. So it's like contained in the book. And the like when you cast spells, the eye on the front of the book like fires the spells out, and those spells look like flying eyeballs. All right, I have other questions. What's the next step? Swear yourself to me. I don't like the sound of that. It is merely a formality, a contract, if you will. A formal agreement should precede any exchange of magic. How else can we set forth mutually agreeable terms? What terms did you have in mind? I will bind us together soul to soul. You will assist me in constructing a suitable vessel so I may accompany you on your adventures. This sounds remarkably one-sided. Oh no! The vessel ought to be something that empowers you, Commander. Something so needful that you'll want to carry me with you forever. Forever's a long time. Indeed, ideally it should suit your taste and display my magnificent tail. Perhaps something easily carried on the back. I shall require inspiration. That seems practical. And we'll need some manner of tribute, of course. Of course. The contract is sealed. I believe it's customary to say, a pleasure doing business with you. Or is that too formal for a binding of souls? What do you need specifically? Exits conversation. Alright, so we got those two things. And Draconic Tribute, Binding of a Dragon, or Axe Contained. Alright. Unknown Nightmares, Experiment in Shadows, Binding of the Dragon. Okay. So we got this doohickey. So you can get this guy trapped in the crystal as a homestead decoration.
There's a pinch of honey in there.
My magnificent tale. Alright, talk to Jorax. No? He won't talk to me anymore. Is that it? Is that all the end of what Jorax is involved in? Okay. Alright. And Future Nox, that's the end of Unknown Experiments. Unknown Nightmares, Experiments in the Shadows. The amount of laurels you have is insane. Is it? And keep in mind, I was playing the game actively when you just got laurels as part of like your daily login rewards, right? They changed that. Now I don't really have laurel income. Alright. Okay. Well, I guess we're done with this little quest bit. So let's go to Mistlock and see what we can put together. Now, I absolutely do not have all the materials to finish this. We're going to see what we do have and put them together. Every season of Wizard's Vault gives under 50 laurels. No. Every season of Wizard's Vault offers under 50 laurels if you choose to spend your points on them. If you didn't buy those and you buy other things, your laurel income stays at 0. Let's see. Alright, Oris contained. So we need these. Alright, Gift of Jane Theorwald. Alright, we can combine the 4 gifts. Let's see. Boot. Let's see. And Mystic Forge. And combine these. And that makes the Gift of Janthier Wanderlust. Alright, Noxxi, there's a clip for that. Okay. So we got that thing. Boo. Throw that in there. Where's that one doohickey? This thing. That goes in there. Alright. So, let's see what else we got here. Gift of Shadows. Recipe Gift of Darkness is bought from the Mystic Forge attendant. Right there. Alright, so Gift of Darkness purchase. Okay. Alright, and did it automatically learn? Hold on. Gift of Darkness, there we go. Alright, so that is now on my Armor Smith. Okay. That'll take a little bit to update. Let's see, Gift of Titan Understanding. I need more Ursus Obliges. I need to farm a little bit more for that. See, Draconic Tribute. I've got the Amalgamateds, I've got Clovers, Gift of Condensed Might, and Gift of Condensed Magic. So I need all 8 of the classic gifts, and I need to combine them. Okay. Alright. Gifts. Blood, fangs, totems, skip that one, bones, claws, dust, scales, venom. Okay. And... wait, I have 2 gifts of dust? Oh my god, somehow I had an old gift of dust. I could have used it up this time. And I lost that opportunity. Alright, so there's the gifts of condensed might and magic. And then I need... where's Matt's storage? Clovers and amalgamated draconic lodestones. And combine those to make draconic tribute, which is also a step of this thing. Okay. And draconic tributes. I'm gonna put that in there. And deposit stuff. Okay, and let's also put the binding of the dragon in there. Okay. Is gift of battle needed for this recipe? I haven't seen it yet in the list. Chat can tell me if it is. All right. So, binding of the dragon, draconic tribute, and salmon of knowledge back piece, and asker camping cooking back piece. Okay, so Mystic Forge. Where's the bank stuff? Can the Mystic Forge see the bank? There it is. All right, that, and that, and that, and that. And there is Orax contained. So there is our, I guess that's the precursor, basically. All right, and also, we are at 27,000 achievement points, apparently. Hellfire leg. I have steam coming off my crotch. Or radiant legs. Definitely the steam. Alright, and Orax contained homestead decoration. Okay. So there's that. Where did the precursor go? There it is. Okay. No, is that it? No, where's the home? Oh, okay. So is the homestead decoration in my bag? Or is it just automatically added in my home stuff? There's Orax contained. Alright. So we've got the pre, basically. It's just added immediately? Okay. That was my confusion. Alright. Boop. Okay. Precursor acquired. We've got that now. We'll just check that off. Alright, then we've got all this weird food stuff. I need the Gift of Skills I can make. Gift of Darkness needs... ooh, I'm short a bit of Onyx Lodestones and Orichalcum. Gift of Ascalon is from the dungeon. Okay, we'll get that later. I don't want that taking up space right now. Gift of Mersant Ruins. Wait, what? Oh. There's a broken... hold on a sec. I'll report this to ANET. I can just drop them a quick line. Broken tooltip, FYI. Okay. Just letting you know that tooltip's messed up. Alright, let's see. Mistgate residue... doesn't show what that requires here. Vial of Titan melted liquid obsidian. Looks like I mostly have the mats for that. Okay. Alright. It bothers me how freaking expensive legendaries are. Well, part of it's time, right? It's like, for example, Shard of Mistborn Barrens. I can buy 20 per week. If I get this on my own, it would take me 5 weekly resets, right? But if I want to buy it from other people, well, then it's going to take freaking 560 gold to rush that right now, you know? So it's, you know, part of it is like you're paying for other people's cooldowns. Mistgate residue, 620 gold. What? Okay, hold on. Let's go back to Bavanisos. I'm gonna have to set up a spreadsheet to keep track of all this. That's what I have this add-on for, Desi. The Mystic Crafting module is tracking all of this without me having to do so. I just have this, you know, list of ingredients in front of me.
A true warrior needs a weapon for every day of the week.
Crap.
There's a pinch of honey in there.
Where's the trader for this area? Is it you? Mistgate residue. Alright. So Mistgate residue. I need, what, 50 of these? I need 50 Mistgate residue. And each one is 10 Curious Mursat remnants. I need 500 remnants? Muck you, 500 remnants. Where are they? I have 247 so far. I have half. So the people that already have this backpack, like, these aren't tradable, right? So wait, oh, the next thing's tradable. Okay, so you could buy the Mistgate residue from other people. So they didn't farm the remnants themselves. They just bought the Mistgate. Okay, so they bought that from others. Okay. 100 vial of Titan melted liquid. I apparently have the mats for that, minus ancient wood plank, which is no big deal. Okay. They farmed a lot. Well, they farmed gold, or they already had gold. Alright. Okay. Let's go back. To quote Laura's friend, they farmed their credit card. No, I mean, I'm trying to get footage of, like, how to do this properly. But, I mean, you like, for example, I got 9k gold right now, right? And according to this add-on, which scans my account and shows me what's missing, if I spent 1,900, I could finish this right now. Minus anything that's like a account-bound item, right? Now, I don't really want to do that way, but it's something I could do. All right, so Orichalcum. 275, 100. I need 165 Orichalcums. Dude, what? Dude, who summoned a freaking Black Lion trading post person on the Huntsman station? Oh my god. I hope you burn with all the mesmers. I literally cannot access the hunting station. You suck. Alright. Orichalcum Ingot. Alright, make these. Some mats are so valuable right now, you can easily make 100 gold an hour just farming. Yeah. Yeah. Mug just changed maps. In Mistlock Observatory? Or, not Observatory. Observatory is the fractal place. I'm in Mistlock Sanctuary. Why do you never spend your golds? I do spend my golds. I made 4 legendary spears. Like, I don't spend it like crazy. How do you think I got the money in the first place? By not spending it like crazy. Okay. Let's go here. All right. So we need Gift of Ascalon from the Dungeon Merchant. All right, I believe it's one of these two.
How may I assist you?
All right, so Nox purchasing the Gift of Ascalon from a Dungeon Merchant. Wait. Chat, I need to do this from a Dungeon Merchant that can be found, that a noob could find. I'm assuming there's one in Lion's Arch. We need to find the dungeon merchant in Lion's Arch and get footage of me purchasing it there so that people that don't own Mistlot can find it. Frightfully says there's one near the fractal portal. Okay. Okay. Checking. Right side next to raids. There. Okay. Alright. Alright, Future Nox. Here is where we are buying the dungeon thing. Lion's Arch. Map. This person. Gift of Ascalon. Hey, we advanced Sunrise. Not what I was going for. Okay. Then I need 14 onyx lodestones. You can craft onyx lodestones? Wonder what's cheaper, crafting them or just buying them? Okay. Back to Mistlot. Yes, you can. Crimson, I can count the number of times I've needed onyx lodestones on probably one hand in 9,000 hours. It doesn't come up often, to be fair. Alright, what profession can craft onyx lodestones? Not this one. Is it jewel crafting? Alright. Let's just buy the ones I'm missing. It's a Mystic Forge recipe. Oh, okay. Got it. Alright. Buy more. 14. Okay, got that. Alright, what's next? Alright, Gift of Ascalon, Orichalcum, Hardened Leather Square, Onyx. Alright, so we need the Orichalcum ingots and search hard. Hard leather squares. Alright. Combine those two. And Mystic Forge. What? Oh, no. Okay, hold on. This is crafted. Shoot, who makes the Gift of Darkness? I have to swap characters for this. And what was the other thing? Oh, the thing from the dungeon. Okay, so which of my characters? Oh my god, who's an armor smith? You. NG Muck. Traffic Cone. Traffic Cone is an armor smith. Let's see. Hi, new player here. I'm struggling if I should sell a soulbound item, a masterwork, or rare, or salvage it. Any tips? Hello. If you should sell it. So if it's soulbound, when you say sell it, you mean to a merchant? Usually salvaging is better than selling to an NPC. Like 90% of the time. Let's see. Armorsmith. Gift of Darkness. Okay. Nox, here's Gift of Darkness craft. Okay. Made by an armorsmith. Whew. Okay. That's done. Alright. We need to take this out of his bag. Put that there. Alright, so Gift of Darkness is not tradable, right? So you have to have a max level armor smith to make this legendary. So far, I know chef is involved, but I don't know if you have to be the max level chef. Okay. What add-on are you using? Mystic Crafting Module. If you do exclamation Blish in the chat, a whole bunch of a web page with Blish Head guides will come up, and Mystic Crafting is on that page. It is so good. Gives you this nice little checklist here. All right, Gift of Darkness is done. Gift of Titan Understanding. I need the obliges. So I can't finish Gift of Shadows yet. But if I get those obliges, I can finish Gift of Shadows. So now we're left with Gift of the Feast and Gift of Mersat. Sorry, Gift of Mist-Burned Isles. Need more... Okay, so if I brute force this section, it gets stupid expensive. Alright, so Mistgate Residue is the bulk of the cost. There's also the Vial of Titan Melted Liquid Obsidian. Okay, so Ancient Wood Planks. Make 250 of these. Thank you, Home Instance. Like all that orichalcum and like there's a lot of these materials I have a collection of just because the home instance farming I do every day. Did you see the food stuff? Yeah. Yeah, still haven't gotten there yet. Shard of Mistborn Barrens is 20 item per week limited item. Yep. So we're still in the first weekly reset since that shard became into existence. So it is currently its most expensive it will ever be. So next week, the number of them in the economy, like the number of them that will have existed in the game will more than double. And then that'll keep changing week by week. Okay. Vial, what is it? Vial of Titan Melted Liquid Obsidian. Wow, that is going to clean me out of Titan Heatstones. Alright. I'm like, if I want to just buy everything, how much would it cost to just outright buy everything? Right now, thousands of gold. But that price will drop dramatically. Let me give you an example. On day 1, I made a video on how much money you can get by selling Shadow Fruit, and by day 3, they were down from 100 gold to 10. So, you're welcome for that. So Shadow Fruit, like, the cost of making this, because of the Shadow Fruit, got a lot cheaper, okay? Shadow Fruit went from, you need 20 of them and they're 100 gold each, to you need 20 of them and they're 10 gold each. So that price went way down. So Feast, so like looking at this add-on right now, with the materials I have in my storage, it says I would have to throw 400 gold to get through Gift of the Feast, and 1,500 gold to get through Gift of Mistburned Isles. So the biggest thing right now is this thing. The Shards from Vavanisos, that's 20 per account per week. Shards from Mistburned Barrens, which are 20 per account per week. Mistgate Residue, which the biggest thing with Mistgate Residue is making it uses up Curious Mersat Remnants, which is from doing events in Vavanisos. So you can go do many events there. I've been doing events there every day for the past few days, and I'm at almost 250, but you need 500 of them. So you cannot trade the Curious Mersat Remnants, but the things that they turn into are tradable and can be sold. And to brute force my way past that would be 600 gold. So, you know, that's another big pile of money. And then I just made this right here. Like, that's done. So, let's see, to do and deposit that. So that one is complete. So like I could go make like half the residue right now. The shards are either I spend a lot of money or I wait 4 more weeks. If I get down to the point where that's all that's left, I'll just throw gold at it. I mean, I got 9k. Let's see. Mersat Runestones, I have 52 thanks to my character that's at the bee jumping puzzle that just spits out 1 a day. So I'll 30 gold to finish that. Mystic Runestones is 250 gold from a merchant that is unavoidable because it's from an NPC. So that's an unavoidable 250 gold. How can I see that interface in game of Mystic Crafting and the other icons? Mystic Crafting module is from Blishud. Here's a guide, that webpage right there that I just linked into the chat will open up a bunch of Blishud guides that I have made. Just close that. So here's installing Blish, and then here's the Mystic Crafting video right here. That'll show you how to set it up if you want it. It is really, really handy, and I mean, you can see I'm using it right now. It's fantastic. Gift of Shadows. So I need the 1250 for that. Let's see. Gift of the Feast. Let's go to one of my who's my? I know I have a chef. Who is it? Guardian Muck. Guardian Muck is our chef. All right. He hasn't cooked anything in years. What hotkey do you use for all mounts on one hotkey? I use X for the wheel.
It's Garm. He ran out of the village. Just bolted out across the...
Shut up, Brown. Don't use me. I've never seen your character select screen. That's hilarious. I think this might be a good time to show Faith my character select. And now he knows. Let's see. Cooking station. The fire alarm beep was timed perfectly. That wasn't part of the video. That was Seth and chat made that happen. Anyone who is of the penthouse tier of my Patreon, who helps basically pay for my food, they can pick a sound and they can play it once a day whenever they want and interrupt whatever I'm doing. He chose a fire alarm chirp. And I find myself explaining that a lot. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't know if I even have all these recipes. All right, so let's find one of these. So, gift of the feast, gift of the appetizer. All right, let's start with this. Spicy marinated mushroom. I probably, let's see, hold on. Spicy marinated, I don't think I have the recipe. Is that the one from the, what is it called? Pack supply? Yours too, spicy marinated mushroom. Acquisition, recipe. Recipe, pack supply network agent. Is it available today? TP price for that recipe is currently 395 gold. If you got that recipe today, you could just make a ton of food and just keep selling them. Look at this. These are the going rates for prices from this thing. I'm guessing this is the other one. Bowl of sweet and spicy butternut squash soup. I don't know if that's in there. But like that. Look at the value of those two compared to everything else in here. All right. All right. What's the next one? Gift of the entree. All right. So every one of these, it's saying I don't have all the mats, and to fill in what I'm missing is going to cost a bunch of gold. Is that the cost of the recipe? Yeah. What I said is the cost of the recipe. So like buying, for example, for me, buying 50 spicy marinated mushrooms from the trading post right now would be 120 gold. So, yeah. Prickly pear sorbet. Oh, this one I have almost everything. It's just the fruit of the shadow. Gift of the entree. Plate of spicy herb chicken. Okay, so I don't really have the mats going on any of this stuff. Okay. Alright, so I think what I'll do then is work on finishing those obliges. I'm at like 900 and I need 1250. So we can go to the oblige farm. What recipe can you get today? I have no idea. Yeah, tell me. We could probably go check. Prickly pear sorbet. I don't know if I have the recipe for that or if I just don't have the mats for it. Like, if anything, you should do more Asura plushies for all your characters, make a whole collection. I have submitted requests asking if I can do like, I got currently around 12 ideas that I think would make good plushies, and I've submitted an official request asking if I can do one for Baby Aurene and one for Chibi Tybalt with an apple and a rifle. And I am waiting for a response for like 3 weeks now. We're waiting on that. Okay. 12? Yeah. I don't mind sharing. Let me see, where is it? Chad Canuck. Long Char. So it'd be like a Char Chibi plushie, but you have like a slinky in the middle. Blish himself. A Quaggan. Chibi versions of the mounts. Baby Skyscale. The Jade Bot. Mr. Quiggles. A glob of ectoplasm stress ball. For you gambling addicts. And there's a couple others that I think are lesser ideas, but those are the ones that I like the most. A long char scarf. I like the ecto ball. Gamball stress ball. Okay, let's see. Hold on. /wiki. I haven't done this in ages. PSNA. Alright, /wiki PSNA tells you which Pack Supply Network agents are currently in the game. There are currently, at this moment, there are 6 of them. Alright. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm going to copy all of this. And I don't want to spam people, so mukluk.9082. I'm going to whisper myself all of these waypoints. Chat, did all of you know you could whisper yourself? I'm whispering myself all of these links. And then I'm going to go to each of these and take a look at the merchants. Okay. God, I haven't done this in ages. Where's the pack supply person? Is it you? Pack supply mapping materials. Recipe of antitoxin. Okay, I guess I don't have that. Oh, you can only buy one thing here. Oh. Okay. It's been too long, Chad. I forgot that. If we've learned anything today, it's buy the recipes when you can, because you never know. Where's this one at? I don't see him on the map. Second one is Breath Ayakusha? Hold on a sec. Oh, south. Okay. They were just not close enough to the waypoint that you could see them. Your other south. Me. Superior Sigil of Torment. Alright, let's get some more recipes. Okay, next one. Shelter Docks. Okay, where's this one? And where am I currently? Oh wait, is that them right there? No, you are not them. I think they are over here, looking at the map in the wiki. How often do the pack supply people change? Is it once a week, chat? It's been actual years since I've interacted with this system. It's daily. Okay. So, at most in 1 week, we'll have lapped through all of them, I think.
Your attention, please.
Alright, Pearl Islet Waypoint. No muck. It's same merchants, different locations. Okay. If you're on the same map, you can see them on the map. It's a merchant with a tabletop base. Right there. Hey, thank you. You probably get a Reddit post saying PSA pack supply agents giving costlier recipes. Needler. Sure. Okay. Dolyak Pass Waypoint. Shout, I've been gifted a sandwich. Chips or no chips. So typically, my lovely wife brings me something to eat for lunch around like 1 p.m. The morning stream ends at 2, and then usually if I'm still hungry, then I'll get like chips or something. Refugees beet soup. I already know this recipe. Okay. Okay, so don't need anything from that one. That sandwich has a mysterious color with the green screen. Is that better? It's just normal sandwich. All right. So I've bought a bunch of recipes I didn't have. Oh, never mind. I bought one I did have. Lol. I'm gonna sell it, I guess. Yay, profit. All right. So the main thing, though, the main recipes did not get those, which I think is the bowl of sweet and spicy butternut squash soup and the spicy marinade mushroom. You can gamble for getting the recipes by buying the first thing that they have for sale. What? Okay, I didn't realize that. Torn page from Tyrion Pack Survival Handbook. I wish I had known. I think I didn't buy anything from the last one, right? Hold on, let me go back to that one. Will you lead the meta in 20 minutes? Hang on. Oh! I already have it. Alright. Question about the meta. Is the meta in Bavanissos one where you can get the good rewards multiple times per day? Anyone know? The chest is once per day. Yeah, interesting. Where is the Bavanissos Hero's Choice chest? Unless there's not a choice in it, so I've been opening it. between the blues. Hold on. Search Bava. Found it. Alright. So you get 75 obliges, 10 curious Mersat remnants, or 30 of anything else. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Okay. So, the recipes for the cooking. Let me go back just so I don't get attacked by anything random. The recipes for the cooking. I don't have to show myself making this stuff myself. I don't need to wait X amount of days to be able to cook these myself and get the recipe myself. I can just say in the video these are from cooking, but this recipe and this recipe are from the Pack Supply Network agents. So, pretty sure, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong here, that you don't have to be a cook to do this legendary. I'm pretty sure that you can just buy all the food from other people if you want to. Iron says you didn't timestamp Timberline Falls on your new video. Thank you. Hang on, I'll check that now. Let me see. Wizard's Portal Tome. Oh my god, I spent all... Let's see. Timberline Falls. Oh. Yeah, it's got a timestamp after Silver... Okay, hold on. When was it? Hold on. So, yeah. It's probably at 5:50, if I had to guess, looking at that.
When we're needed most.
My YAD blocker broke yesterday. I haven't fixed it yet. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Timberline Fall. Yeah, that should have been at 5:50. And I put 5:30, which broke it. So... Save. Refresh. And now it has no timestamps. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, no.
Hey, gamers. Mukluk Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire, the 4th here.
You stop. Okay, hang on a sec. Put that there. Alright. Take everything out. And then put it back. Freaking YouTube. Why is it not showing up? You broke my video. Who told me to fix this? You broke everything. Alright. What's going on? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give it a few minutes. And then I'll check it again and see if it's better. Oh, for the Lord. Alright. Alright, so we got all these recipes, right? Which ones do you have to get from Pack Supply Network agents versus which ones are easy to obtain? That's my next question. Or Axe Manifested. Okay, the wiki has most of this. Alright. Okay. Go through each of these here. Bowl of Poultry Satay is from a Heart Merchant. Okay. So, presumably, easy to go pick this up. So, do I have that? Let's see. Maylor in the Ruined Paths of Sandswept Isles. Is there a way that I can look at my cooking recipes while I'm not on my chef? Yes. Poultry, sap. No, I don't have that. Okay, so Sandswept Isles. Way to suddenly make Sandswept Isles irrelevant again. All right, there's a heart merchant here. It's one of these two. All right. Which one? Where's the heart for this guy? Hold on. East of the waypoint. It's that one. Okay. Wrong way. No, well, I guess I can just fly. Okay, what was this one? Gather honey and hawk eggs, stomp beetle burrows with your mount, ride the farms, rid the farms of pests. What? It says stomp them with your mount. Does it have to be a certain mount? Has to be Springer. Okay. Things I do to be able to cook lentils. Oh my gosh. I have not needed the Springer in a long time. Let's see, honeycomb basket, egg basket. Costs 3,300 gold to craft it. Yeah, because you're missing a lot of stuff. Cost me about 2k to craft it. Still a lot. Ah. I thought a dude was going to come out of that. Oh. About 90% done. Thankfully, I got the PvP one. Yeah, I have the ad infinitum from Fractals, but I'm just doing this for content. Okay.
Weren't you going to put a hunting party?
Back to the merchant. Alright, here we go. Alright. Future Noxxi, the bowl of poultry satay that I'm purchasing from this merchant is for the legendary backpack. So, Sandswept Isles, right here. Talk to this guy, do his heart, and get that. That's for the legendary backpack. Now, I'm also buying the others. That is completely unrelated. Just in case I ever need them in the future. Alright. Okay, that's the first one. Next one on the list is red lentil salbasses. Where is that recipe from? Red chef. Was it red dash lentil? Okay, I do have that recipe. Where did I get it though? There's a ton of places it can be from. Let's see, I think the easiest one is probably Crystal Oasis. So let me just get footage of that merchant. So Crystal Oasis, where is this guy? Mayor Kabir. What the heck? Where's this guy? Oh, he's over... Wow, okay, he's like way down here. Where's this heart at? Oh, is this him? Mayor Kabir. Okay. God, I hate the invention of repeatable hearts. I like going back to old ones that I did ages ago and I can still just buy whatever. Okay. Alright, so Noxxi, the... hang on. Noxxi, the red lentil salbasa is purchasable from Mayor Kabir, which is Crystal Oasis right here, and is this guy right here. I'm not doing the heart, so that's enough. And that is for this. Okay. Spicy marinated mushrooms. Do I have that one? Spicy marinade. Nope, I don't. Okay. That's from Pack Supply Network Agents. Motherfucker. Okay. So, Pack Supply Network Agents require... There was a mastery. Is it Central Tyria? I think it was this one. Okay. So Noxxi talked about the Pack Supply Network Agents. Just going to get you a bit of footage for that real quick. So you need this mastery right here, Supply Line Management under Central Tyria, if you wish to get these recipes yourself. After you have done that, I'm going to turn my camera off here. Turn my mic off here. You type /wiki PSNA, Pack Supply Network Agent, and that opens up a list of all of the agents that are available each day. You can copy this line, and you can whisper it to yourself in-game, and get all the waypoints, and then you can go to those waypoints. I'm going to go to one now. Going to be a bunch of people later on in the chat. They're like, you can whisper yourself. And on the map, there will be one person that looks like gold on a plate. And you go for that. And that person is a Pack Supply Network agent. And you can buy one thing from them per day. I already bought something from them per day. They may have the recipe you need, or they may not. If they don't, you can buy the torn page from Tyrian Pack Survival Handbook, which gives you a random recipe. So if they don't have what you need here or here, you can buy the random one. They just sell it for karma. And that, you just try that at every waypoint every day, and you will possibly get what you need in time. If not, then you just buy the product from someone else who made it off of the trading post. Okay. So that is it for Pack Supply Network agent footage. So then spicy marinated mushroom is the first one that is from a packed agent. And the next thing is Orion steak fritties. So crafting, chef, Search Orion. I don't have it. Where's that from? Discovery. With slab of red meat and cup of lotus fries. Which is also discovery. Which requires lotus root, pile of salt and pepper, and jar of vegetable oil. Okay. Let's go back here. What class is the best DPS? Changes constantly. But if all you care about is who does the most damage when they're beating on a target dummy, and you don't care about utility or anything else, then here is the current benchmarks in the game. It's important to note that those benchmarks are not realistic in a real fight. Those are beating on a dummy that's just standing there. So, the numbers will change. Okay. So, let's go to Chef Muck. There he is. Part of me wants to change my Guardian's hat to be a chef hat, but I don't know. Just what he's got is just so iconic right now. You have your characters color-coded? Yep. I'm very happy with their appearance, so I just color-coded them. Okay. Cooking station. Alright, so discovery. So, jar of vegetable oil. Salt and pepper. Lotus root. Oh, I'm amazing. Okay. And next up, lotus fries. Slab of red meat. Oh, fritties. Okay, I got that one. All right, what's next? Truffle steaks. Discovery. Okay. You mother mugger. Okay, I found a spot. Dude, someone walked up to me and put another NPC on the cooking station, and I couldn't interact with the cooking station anymore. Luckily, I found a spot. Dude, there's someone hunting me with these things. Stick. Oh, wait, no, I'm in the wrong thing. Butter. Gee, I have so much butter. How did that happen? Snow truffle. Orion truffle. And slab of red meat. Plate of truffle steak. Okay, got that one. Spicy herbed chickens. Isn't this one of the problems? Recipe spicy herb chicken. Alright, do I have this? Probably not. Chicken. Wait, do I have this one? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Isn't this... This is one of the ones that stores crazy money. Where do I get zesty herbs? Dude, can I make money doing this right now? I didn't know I had this one. Pile of zesty herbs. Pile of Ascalonian herbs. Source automatic. Okay. What? I have to discover this. Alright, herbs. Pile of Ascalonian herbs. I need one of these. Okay. And then discovery. Herbs. Garlic. Cayenne pepper, saffron. Okay, there we go. I've got that recipe now. Alright. So, chicken. And bowl of fancy, tangy saute mix. Okay. And there we go. So currently, 3 poultry. Poultry are 44 silver each because of this whole thing. And if I buy them and turn them into plate of spicy herb chicken, it becomes a 3 gold item. Alright. What about the price of all the other stuff, though? What? Dude, those are a gold? Wow. Garlic is really expensive. I have 2,700 garlic. Home instance. I've been growing garlic for years. Oh my gosh. All right. So. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make another video to fix the economy, chat. Alright. So, plate of spicy herbed chicken is from the Pack Supply Network agents. Right? And then all the stuff involved in it. So that's ghost peppers, the saute, all this stuff, the herbs, and the slabs of poultry meat is worth a lot of money right now. Then what was the other thing that was from the Pack Supply Network agents? Was it the was it marinated mushrooms? Yes, spicy marinated mushrooms. All right, so spicy marinated mushrooms, plate of spicy herb chicken. All right. Are you gonna make Nike make a troll food video? No, because I'm not lying. Nike made a video about how onions would make you rich, which was a lie, and he's admitted that he was trolling the community. And in his words, if you fell for it, it's your own fault, you're a fool. I made a very real video about how to make a ton of money with shadow fruits, and then I said, even in the title of the video, I said, until their price equalizes. And it took them 48 hours to equalize. And that did 2 things. 1, it made people that decided to do it in the short term a lot of money. And 2, it made people who are trying to make the legendary backpack have an easier time because it injected a bunch into the economy. This one is going to be very similar. So what we've got is 2 recipes here that can only be obtained from Pack Supply Network agents. And if you have these recipes, you can make these things and make a lot of money by just selling them, if you wish to, right? What else in here falls under that category? Oh, the shards, right? The shards. So the shards of the Mistburn Barons and the shards of Bavanisos, yeah? Those. We could get more people selling those things. Where is it? Right here. Shards of Bavanisos, shards of Mistburn Barons. So those are bought. Let's see, from the merchant at the beginning of Bavanisos, and the merchant in the Heart Merchant. There's one Heart Merchant in Mistburn Barons, and it sells that, and the other one is the one in Bavanisos. Mostly Bavanisos is overpriced because they are new. Right. Right, which means, but here's the thing, those don't reset until next Tuesday, right? So everyone who hasn't bought shards, who buys them from the merchant and then sells them before next Tuesday will make a lot more money. And then after that, less so. All right, so let's see. Hang on a second. Shard of Bavanisos, shard of Mistburn Barons. Okay, you're limited to 20 per week. Yes, each account can buy 20 per week, exactly. And I believe the ones in Mistburn Barons, if you do the heart, they get cheaper. They're discounted. But Bavanisos has no hearts. Let's see here. Hold on, I'm putting dark mode on all these tabs if I'm going to do a little video. All right. So, is there any other time-gated, tradable stuff in here? Mistgate residue? Not really time-gated, but it sells for a stupid amount of money right now. right? Hang on a sec. I need to go back to the NPC and see what it costs to make Mistgate residue. Oh, here we go. Let's see. It's neutralized Titan alloy, sweet treated pine plank, that other thing, and the events. I sold a bunch for 30 gold, but now they're at 10 gold. Which items, Adstrike? You sold a bunch of what? The Mistgate residue? Gotcha. Okay, then I won't mention that. Thank you. Alright, so really, from looking at the list here of the items for the backpack, there's 4 that players would benefit from more people selling them that I can see. The spicy marinated mushroom, the plate of spicy herb chicken, the shard of bava nisos, and the shard of misburned barons. Those of you who know what you're talking about, do you agree with that? Sounds about right. There's a champ train of bava nisos that can regulate residue price. They can regulate residue price. I made 180 gold on bava shards today. All right. All right, let's do a little video here. Let's do a little video here. All right, chat. You can say hi to future YouTubers if you want. Okay. Hello gamers, Mukluk here, and doing a quick spur of the moment here video on a topic that I think that other people would benefit from hearing about. So a few days ago, I did a video on shadow fruit can make you rich, and then in parentheses I was like, until the prices settle down. Well, after making that video and putting that on blast, it took about 48 hours for the prices to settle down, which is good. Shadow fruit were like, hundreds of gold for a few of them, and now they're down to like 10 gold each. So the people that jumped on that made a lot of money on day 1 and 2. And then after that, now the prices is lower. So getting the legendary backpack is just a tiny bit easier. And I do say a tiny bit because it's still freaking expensive. And the reason that it is really expensive is largely because of 4 things. And I wanted to share this with you guys because similar to the shadow fruit, this is something that if you decide to get these items, or if you already have these items, and if you decide to then sell them, you'll make it a stupid amount of money over the next few days. And then the cost of these items will start to go down and then level out, and then it will become easier for people to buy those items in the future. Market manipulation? No, it's not for me. I planted my own shadow fruit. They're growing. I've got 10 so far, and I'm waiting on some more because, you need 20. No, I'm not buying. I am sharing this because I think it's interesting. So we have finally got a list of the requirements for the legendary backpack. The one with the big tail that also turns into the big dragon worm thing that you ride around on that we saw recently in a trailer. Now, among the items here, one of the things is Gift of the Feast, and it's basically just a mountain of food combined together that you're using to appease this demon to work with you. All right, and it's like any man, please, the way to our heart is through our stomach, right? All right, so among the Gift of the Feast things are 2 despicable recipes that can only be bought on certain days of the month from Pack Supply Network agents. I happen to have one of them. Spicy, no, not this one. Spicy herbed chicken. So if I theoretically were to just make a bunch of plates of spicy herb chicken, they currently sell for 3 gold each. That's insane. All right. So because of that, the people that have this recipe, which are a minority right now, are buying tons of the ingredients, which are pile of zesty herbs, slab of poultry meat, ghost pepper, blah, 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 blah. Then they're just making this thing, and then they're selling it back on the TP, because anyone who wants to do the backpack needs 50 of these, all right? So if you happen to have this recipe from the Pack Supply Network agents from any time in the last 10 years, you could crank out a bunch of these things and make a lot of money right now. The second one is quite similar. Spicy marinated mushroom. This one I don't have the recipe for. I just never came across this one. So this one, same idea. If you have it, you could take the ingredients, make the item, sell it. Freaking 5 gold per plate right now. All right, the spicy marinated mushroom, and you need 50 of them to make the backpack, right? So the price of the ingredients is going up because the people that do have the recipe are buying them and then just crafting and selling repeatedly. But if you already have the recipe and you also have a bunch of this stuff just sitting in your material storage and you're not planning on making the backpack in the next like week, a lot of cash to be gained from that right now. The third and fourth things are the shards. Anyone who's made Club Journey will remember the shards of Lowland Shore and the shards of Janthir Century. Essentially, the merchants in those zones, which are the heart merchants, after you do the heart, they will sell you some shards per week. This one is no different. Let me open my bank for just a second. Let's go here, and we have got... did I have them in my bank, or did I have them in my inventory? One second. Oh, there we go. Shards of Bavanisos, okay? So in Bavanisos, there is no hearts. There's a merchant right by the entrance and sells these shards. But you can only buy 20 per account per week, okay? And the other one, which I don't know where I put it, I'm not going to dig for it right now, is the shards of the Mistburn Barrens. There is a heart merchant in the Mistburn Barrens. If you do that heart, the price of them on the merchant goes down. So don't buy them without doing the heart first. Once again, you can buy 20 per week. To buy them, hang on just a second here. You need, let me see, shards of Bavanisos. You need 1 amalgamated gemstone and 2 of the Curious Mursat remnants, which you get from doing events there, per shard you want to buy. And you can buy 20 per account per week. Shard of Mistburn Barrens uses 3 amalgam. Again, this price goes down to, hang on, discounted shard. Discounted shard is, after you do the heart, it's 1 amalgamated gemstone and 1 Curious Mursat Ruin Shard, which are all over the place in the Mistburn Barrens, and a bit of karma, and you can buy 20 of these per account per week, okay? So that means if you're making the backpack yourself, you want to start this now, buy 20 Mistburn Barren shards and 20 Bavanisos shards from those merchants now-ish, and do that each week for 5 weeks, because you need 100 of each of those shards to make the legendary backpack. By the way, I'll have a full guide on that coming out soon. I'm sharing this now because I think it's worthwhile doing. All right? So if you wanted to rush the backpack right now, what do you think they're doing? They're getting 20 shards from the merchants, and they're buying 80 from other players. Okay? So that means if you're not in a rush to make the backpack, if you buy the 20 Mistburn shards from the merchant, and the 20 Bavanisos shards from that merchant, and then just sell them, they are never going to be worth more money than they are right now. And that is because, 1, more people will learn about this and sell them, and 2, this coming Tuesday, that is when everyone who already bought them can buy them a second time. All right? So this coming Tuesday, the number of these shards that exist in the economy will double. And the price will go down. Okay? So I just thought this was really cool. This is a way that people who are desperately need gold and they're actively playing the game, they can make some cash, but this is a short-term window of opportunity. And after the prices go down and settle out, due to lots of people doing this, then people that are making the backpack can, the price will go down and it'll be easier to make. Also, if you are a cook, strongly recommend you start visiting the Pack Supply Network agents each day. If you don't know how that works, if you do /wiki PSNA in the game, that will open up the Pack Supply Network agent wiki page, which talks about it. There's a mastery and central criteria that gives you access to this hidden line of merchants, and they move around every day. And every day you can come to this webpage and it gives you waypoint codes for all the locations of the current merchants. Maybe they sell recipes you don't have, maybe they won't. That is an option. But if you already have either of these recipes, or you're willing to go get these shards and sell them, there's a lot of money to be made today. The amount of money that this generates will go down over time. And then if you are patiently making the backpack, you can start getting your shards now. Get that done ahead of time, because it'll take 5 weekly resets if you're not buying them from other people. Or if you are patiently making the backpack, but you plan to buy materials from other people, hopefully after a little bit of time, the price of these 4 things will go down, because these are the big things. The Mystic Crafting module, which I plugged some months ago, has got Orax manifested in it. And you can see the prices. Like, if I wanted to finish this right this second, I would have to drop 2,000 gold on it. Why would I have to drop 2,000 gold on it? 600 gold of it would be on Mistgate residue, which is stuff that is bought from Merchant in Bavanisos, but the materials for it are farmed in Bavanisos. So that will go down over time. The Mistgate residue is tradable, but the subcomponents of it, the important ones, are not tradable. The shards, you see this? If I wanted to buy my other 80 shards from other people, that would be 132 gold for the Mistburn Barons ones and 410 gold for the Bavanisos ones. And then down here, Gift of the Feast. So I have thousands of food stuff in my stash, and it would still take me another 429 gold to finish this if I wanted to rush it today because of the recipe I don't have. The recipe I don't have is I believe the spicy marinated mushrooms, so I'd have to drop 120 gold to get those mushrooms if I wanted to do it right now. The herb chicken, I do have the recipe, but the poultry meat, the price is going up and up and up and up and up and up because of other people with the recipe are just buying all the freaking chickens in Tyria and selling them, and it's enough to put Chick-fil-A out of business. All right, so like there's so much poultry stocks going on right now that even if you do have the recipe like me, this is just going to keep going up right now until some time has passed and it equalizes out. So that's it. I thought this was neat. It's a little bit of knowledge that will give people. Oh, those are some happy choya. It's a little bit of knowledge that will give people a short-term opportunity to make a lot of gold if they care about that. Knowledge that if they want to do the legendary backpack, they should get you started on those shards right now. And if you are going to make the legendary backpack in the future, if you one, get started on the shards, and two, you could keep an eye out for those cooking recipes because they're not available every single day, or you can wait a bit and the prices should mellow out a little bit on the trading post. I think that's it. I think that's everything I had to say on this topic. I thought it was worth sharing, and I'll see you in the next one. More guides are on the way. And cut. There we go. Easy. Let's see. I was about to craft a legendary, but screw that choya time. Poultry meat, it was so expensive already. I just made 150 gold selling the shards, thanks to the tip. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. All right, chat. Content time. Hang on just a second. By the way, hey, you guys want a little sneak peek here? Oh, hold on. Let's see that timestamp we fixed earlier. Let's see if it's working now. Let's check this video. Please work. Please be working. No, hang on. I gotta watch a commercial for gummies. Skip. All right. Yay! It looks like they're all there. Okay. South Coast Street Devastation, Silverways. Timberline Falls. It's there now. Okay, cool. It's fixed. All right. Here's a little sneak peek. If any of you need a guide for the Tome of Tomes, the Wizard's Portal tome that holds 30 tomes in it and teleports you everywhere, this guide is going public on Monday, but there's a sneak peek for you guys. How did you open that Mystic Crafting menu? This right here. It is part. Okay, so it's in the Blish. Hold on, I'm gonna send you a link in the chat right now. So that link, if you open it, goes to my website and all the guides I made for Blish HUD. This installs the primary program, and then this is the Mystic Crafting thing right here. Do you use a delay? I want to start streaming my guild runs. I do not stream with a delay. I would want to stream with a delay if I was doing competitive PvP. If there is any delay, it's simply because of lag on the internet. But like if I was, for example, if I was playing League of Legends and ranked or something, I would probably want to put on a delay so people couldn't just look at my minimap on the stream and see the positions of my whole team, stuff like that. But no, I do not stream with a delay at this time. Okay. So, with that, let me go back to here. We are going to... Oh, I messed that up. Hold on. We're going to upload video. And where's the one that we just recorded? Boop, 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 boop. Okay. All right. Thanks to the guide. I was about to get to work on that. Sure. Yeah, so that one's done. The Wizard's Portal tome that holds all the portal tomes, that guide is done. but I already released a video today, and it would... there's a thing on YouTube, if you release 2 videos on the same day, they often can compete with one another, but if they're on similar subject matter. So this one that I'm just recorded, I'll do that out in a little while. The Portal Tome is going to go out Monday, and then the Gobbler of Gobblers will probably go out Tuesday. And then after that, working on the Fractal Guide, and after that, the Backpack. Most League of Legends streamers block their minimap with a graphic in addition, just to make sure. I believe it. I had a GIF for a long time that was a GIF of me running through Drizzlewood, and we had that over our minimap when I would do World versus World, just to mess with people. And they would get so confused. They'd be like, wait, what? What's with your minimap? That's not where you are. How do I get Arc DPS to work? I have it in the bin64 folder, but it ain't working. I have a guide on setting up Arc, which is right there. If that's not doing it for you, I can't really troubleshoot that. Belarus says that's the error right there. It goes in the add-ons directory. I think with Arc, you just put the file in the... Hold on a second. I said I'm not going to troubleshoot it, and then here I go. Programs, Guild Wars 2. Okay, so when you download Arc, it gives you a D3, D11 file, right? You just put it right here, and then the next time you start the game, it creates the add-ons folder automatically, and then it puts this stuff in it. If you want to uninstall it, you delete the D3, D11 file, and you delete the add-ons folder, and then you just start your game again. I installed Nexus. Gotcha. I have not used Nexus, so I can't say for that. All right, let's close this down, and let's see if this is working. All right, is it done uploading? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, chat. It's thumbnail time. It's thumbnail time. I can't find Oryx and Mystic Crafting from Blish. Something about the filters. MPE, are you on the most recent version? If you go to Mystic Crafting, does it say 1.5.4 in the bottom left? If it doesn't, you may need to, 1, restart Blish. So right-click Blish and hit restart. And 2, go to Manage Modules, or sorry, go to Module Repo, go to Mystic, and update it. So you may not have the most recent one. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Thumbnail template. Let's open this up. Once a support guy, always a support guy. Dude, I cannot stand troubleshooting, but it's true that for that one, I knew the answer, so I was like, I should just show him the answer. Like, I'm at the point in my life where if something is broken, I would really rather just, like, work for an hour of overtime, make money doing what I do, and then pay that money to someone else to fix my problem. I just don't want to do it anymore. It's why you guys haven't seen me play Dawn of War, because it takes too much troubleshooting to get the friggin' thing working. Okay. All right, we need a thumbnail, chat. Do we maybe use the Mystic Crafting thing? Let's see. Let's take a screenshot here. And thank you for the great streams. Thank you for watching my streams. You keep me in business. All right. Oryx manifested. I did not know you were a GIMP simp. GIMP is free Photoshop, and free is in my budget. Ever since I started making thumbnails for YouTube, I've been using this program, and there has never been a time where I was like, I wonder if I can, and then GIMP was not able to do that. Now, I'm sure that Photoshop has features GIMP doesn't, okay? I've never found myself needing them. So it's pretty, plus Photoshop you have to pay for every month because Adobe licenses are stupid. But GIMP is free. Does it bother you to explain the same thing over and over again? Most of the time, no. So I was a raid leader in World of Warcraft for near 10 years. So I was very used to explaining the same fights over and over and nobody listening. So then I was a parent and I had a kid, pretty much the same thing. And now I stream, and it's quite similar. So yeah, it's not too bad. Thanks, Mike. I was used to get info when there's an update by Blish, apparently didn't tell me. Gotcha. Still like that today? Yup. Let's see. Muck installing Arc depends on how you have it set up. My D3, D11 is a chain loader, I believe, and that Arc is put into the add-on folder. Also, I also have the mount, which directly installed in Guild Wars 2. Gotcha. Okay, then I guess I should... my earlier statement on how to set up Arc is just for if Arc is your only add-on. I'll modify that. Let's see. What do you think about explaining things more than once? I mean, it happens. Like, just a minute ago, someone asked what Mystic Crafting was, then like a minute later, someone asked what, again, like the same question. And now I just assumed that they had just joined the stream. You know, that's my usual assumption. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing this? Okay, let's get some text here. Let's go here. Let's delete the back shadow. We'll bring that back in a second. And do this. All right. Leggie backpack recipe revealed. Start these time gates early, or sell them. All right, is that too much text? Hang on. It's usually more eye-catching if the sizes are different. Let's get all that. 90? Okay. Comic Sans for catchiness. Comic Sans for catchiness. I really never... Let's say Rockwell extra bold. Comic Sans. That didn't work. Ew. No, Control Z that. I was like, I don't even remember what that looks like. Let me see. No. You know what's a fun font? Wingdings. Does this have wingdings? There we go. Perfect. Now everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. Just gonna slap these Egyptian hieroglyphs on there. Easy. Oh, brother, ew. Okay. Actually, hold on a sec. What face are we putting on here? Don't I have one of me pointing? I think I have a really cheesy one of me pointing. Oh, there we go. There we go. We'll have me creeping in the corner like that. Wait, hold on. Does that? Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, there's so much stuff in the background. All right, boop, there we go. Have me creeping. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll have Pointy Muck, and let's see. I don't know. He might be taking up too much space. I mean, I guess we could just cover his hand. All right, typical YouTuber. Just got to be pogging in my next thumbnail, right? All right, grow 15. All right, put the back shadow back in. Filter, and blur it out a little bit. All right. Okay. And then we'll put some emphasis on this last row, just to get the people that are really, greedy, like to give them those $sign eyes. And just do like that. Okay. All right. I agree. Move over the text somewhere. Move over the text somewhere. Here, hold on. I'm going to Control S to save this. I'm not going to touch anything for a second. We had one time the stream crashed because I was uploading a video to YouTube and I was playing the game and I was streaming what I was doing and I was saving something in GIMP and my freaking video card died. It's like, I give up. It's like, I give up, man. Just kill me. Okay. All right. All right. So like that? All right. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. We could also, hold on, just to make it a little more legible, I could take the stuff that's behind it and blur it a little bit. Like that, just to make, oh, cancel. All right, and that should make it a little bit better. Let the huge gold numbers poke through. Wait, let them poke through? Like, leave it like that? I mean, I guess I can. I don't know. I'll try it out. All right, export, thumbnails. Let's see. GW2, Orax backpack, time gates, make you rich.png. Make yourself green like Shrek. I'm gonna need a lot of body paint for that. The promo being shot in Cantha is also 100% coincidence. Yup. Okay. Save that again. Alright. That XCF GIMP format must be huge. Probably. I've been using this template for a very long time, so it's probably got a lot of baggage. Okay. So now we go over here. Reuse details. This one. And copy that. Hold on. Is this in dark mode right now? No, now it is. Okay. June 6, Guild Wars 2. Actually, does it need the date on this one? I think it needs the date on this one. All right. All right. Let's see, thumbnails. What is it doing? No. Name. No, date. Date is what I need. That's not it. Date the other way. What? It's being so slow. Oh my god, there is. There's so much in that folder too. Years of work in that folder. Okay. Let's see. Orax, Leggie, backpack, recipe is out. Start these time gates or sell them. Okay. And there we go. Me looking real cheeky on that thumbnail. Orax. Get rich. Big money. There we go. Those are the tags. Alright. What is in the manga bookmark folder? Cooking recipes. What do you think? Different mangas I started, and then, like, I caught up, and then I, like, bookmarked it because I'm waiting on them to make more. Let's see. Alright, so Leggie backpack. Thing is, like, half of the ones in there I bookmarked years ago, and now, like, if I wanted to start reading them again, I would need to start it over from the beginning, because it's, like, it's been too long. Any particular ones? There's a few hundred bookmarks in there. Okay. Let's see if all that worked. Alright.
Hello gamers, Mukluk here.
Hello gamers.
Open it today. Great backpack in.
Okay. Cool. Think we got it. Alright. How's Expedition 33 doing? This review of mine came out this morning. 100% like ratio so far. Nice. It's got a nice review, Muck. Lovely feat. Let's see. Best game of the decade. This game is the best thing France made since the Statue of Liberty. Honorable mention for baguettes and croissants. Eiffel Tower was started right after the Statue of Liberty was delivered. I think it's better than that game. Wow, I'll just heart that. I'll heart it. I tried playing the game. Motion sickness is a massive problem in this game. The dot doesn't help. The dot? I think I might just watch the streams you made on my second monitor. Okay. Let's see. For those who come after, right? This is one of those very rare games that partway and I stopped and bought the $10 upgrade for silly cosmetics so I could give the devs more money and sales numbers so they were very so much more. Oh, that's really kind of them. Oh, man. All right, so I'll have to read the rest of those. Okay. All right. All right, let's do that. Okay. Are those AI-generated answer examples? Wait, hold on a sec. Let me go back to it. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So YouTube, I did a video on this a while back. YouTube will occasionally, you notice it doesn't always do it. Like this one right here, there's nothing, right? But this one right here, it's like, oh, I could just hit, thanks for the feedback, and it will pre-type it, and then I can add more or just hit enter. I never use these because it feels disingenuous, but like usually if I read your comment and I'm wanting to tell you I read your comment, I just hit the heart. You know, that's usually what I do, because sometimes I get 100 or comments in a day. But yeah, it does sometimes give me those. And sometimes they make no sense at all. Yeah, there was a video I did where was it? These YouTube comments aren't me, and I showed this. Like, glad to help. Cheers to Gen 3 bacon, right? And I was like, I want to do something fun, and I said, everyone, post any stupid comment you want, and I will click the most interesting AI response if it has one, right? So I did that on a video, and we went through, and it was like, all right, let's see, like, what are some of the replies? I'm getting a bit of a Jello Factory vibe from this whole comment. Glad you liked it. This video is so informative. You're welcome. Enjoy your Leggies. That's quality armor. It's not as good as my real armor, but it will do. This script ain't nothing. The Celestial Hammer really does hit hard. Miss Luck has great taste. I wouldn't... Wait, what is this? I love the bacon recipe you shared. Muck's Marvelous Macaroni is going to be a meal that I will pass down at least 3 generations. I think I'll add some bacon to it to round it off. And the AI said, I wouldn't recommend adding bacon to that particular recipe, but I'm happy you're enjoying it. Thank you for exposing this. We've all been there. Yeah, so there was a lot of really stupid ones that were in here. Thank you for your helpful comments. AI, I think you're confusing me with someone else. AI's like, no, Muck doesn't leave helpful comments. No, you've got the wrong guy. Anyway, yeah, we messed around with that once in the past. All right, close that. All right, there's the Orax video. That is done and done. And okay, oh man, almost out of time. So the next thing I need to do, which I might do off stream, is Noxxi has finished the first version of the Gobbler of Gobblers video. And I need to check that and see if is good. What is the file name? Hang on. We got a gobbler that gobbled the gobblers. Thank you, Noxxi. Never change. All right, cool. All right, chat, I am about out of time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A couple of quick plugs. Tonight, something very cool. I am going to be chatting with Loranity and with Noxxi, who both are Guild Wars 1 Omega veterans, about this patch. And we're going to talk about if we liked it, if we hated it, the features, did they nail everything, did they miss anything, stuff like that. That is going to be during the stream later tonight. So I'll be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream. I'll be doing Guild Wars 2 stuff. I'll be continuing to do purely Guild Wars 2 until the end of Sunday night. Then we'll go back to a variety of different games, which includes Guild Wars 2, but not solely limited to. And then during the evening stream tonight will be that talk with me, Laura, and Noxxi. If you want to check it out, it will be on YouTube later on if you can't make it, but you're interested in the subject matter. Was Guild Wars 1 good? Depends on who you ask. Largely, I think, yes, it was. For me personally, Guild Wars 2 is like, oh, it's got its hooks in me, you know, and it just will not let go. It's so addictive. Guild Wars 1, I thought it was a fun little game, you know? It didn't hook me the same way that GW2 did, but I thought it was a good game, but some people just absolutely love it the same way I love Guild Wars 2. As always, chat, if you're new here, please consider hitting that follow button. If you're watching me on Twitch, subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. It is a huge help. These are links to my 2 YouTube channels if you want to see all the videos I make, and a very special thank you to our dear patrons. They keep this channel alive with their support. I should do the thing. I could not do this without them, and there's a link to that in the chat if you'd like to be a supporter. You guys have a fabulous rest of your day, and if you are on the Twitch side, there's a lot of people that are farming drops right now. Let me find someone to raid who is live. If Laura was live, I would absolutely raid her. What is this? Hold on a sec. Look at this. I'm looking in the Guild Wars 2 section. Let me move the patrons here. And whoever this streamer is, it just has an ad. It's like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who's over there. Let's see. Is Noxxi or Laura alive? They're not. All right, you know what? Cello Frack, I know he doesn't need it. However, he was kind enough to give me a huge raid yesterday. So I will return the favor and give Cello a big ol' raid. He is known for his generosity. I do giveaways every week. He does them almost every day. He's got more money than I do. So he might be doing some giveaways. So check him out, see if you like him. And I will be back in about 5 hours for the evening Guild Wars 2, plus the talk with Laura and Noxxi. You guys have a good rest of your day. See ya!